Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors.
Welcome to Marshalltown High School and the Marshalltown Bobcat Baseball Complex. David Braga along with you here this afternoon and into this evening as the Marshalltown Bobcats host the Fort Dodge Dodgers in a doubleheader here in the Iowa Alliance North Conference. Final field preparations are underway as we get set for game one of our doubleheader. First pitch coming up in just a few moments here. The Bobcats will take the field first with the visiting Dodgers at the plate to start us off here. First pitch right around 5 o'clock here this afternoon. Fort Dodge leads the all-time series here, 49-13 over the Bobcats, or at least among the last 60 or so games. It's been all one-sided in this one. Marshalltown last took home a victory in 2019. They won 3 of the 4 games 7 years ago, 5-1, 4-3, and 2-1. Were the victories for the Bobcats back in 2019. It's been a different tale of the tape since then. The Fort Dodge Dodgers took home both games in the first series between these two teams this year, 11-5 and 13-3 earlier this year up in Fort Dodge. Marshalltown, it's been a bit of a struggle since they last won back-to-back games here in Marshalltown over Des Moines North. The Bobcats have lost each of their last 5 games, a pair to Des Moines East, 9-12 and 3-11 in that one. They then lost the championship night game over against East Marshall here as the Bobcats honored their state championship teams. What a fun night that was. Setting aside the result, of course, East Marshall the win 5-1 in that one. And then in the Highway 30 rivalry, the Bobcats dropped a pair over in Ames, the opening game of that doubleheader, a barn burner. The Bobcats dropped that one 13-14. And then in game 2, it's all Little Cyclones 14-4 in that one. We get a look at our coaches. They're meeting at home plate, going over the final ifs, ands, and buts with this one as we get set for game 1 of our doubleheader. Let's take a look at our lineups here in game 1 as we get set for first pitch in just a few moments. First up for the Fort Dodge Dodgers, leading them off, Hayden Porter over at second base. Colton Schultz will bat second. The center fielder, number 1. True McBride, number 11, out in left field. That's a name to watch here for the Bobcats as he's got 9 home runs on the year for the Dodgers. Bo Marsh will bat cleanup. He's behind the plate, number 45. Will McElroy, the designated hitter, is number 3. He'll be batting 5th for the Dodgers. Davis Underberg on the mound. He'll bat in the 6th spot. Jackson Denclaw at third base will bat 7th. Tanner Peterson, 8th, number 23, out at shortstop. And Cal Peterson at first, number 6 on your scorecards. The right fielder not batting here for the Dodgers in game 1. Bennett Nikvinda, the right fielder, number 21. Let's take a look now at our Bobcat starting lineup as they will be out in the field first. Aiden Holmgren will bat leadoff. He'll be out in right field here in game 1 of our doubleheader. Garrett Tatey over at third. Jalen Logsden, the left fielder, had some really nice moments on KFJB-TV last year and had a couple big moments in that Des Moines North game. A couple nice snags out there in left field. Madden Martin, the freshman, on the mound for game 1, number 35. Quinn McLeod batting 5th out in center field. Lars Schoenfelder, a big name. He's been a familiar one here on KFJB-TV. He'll be behind the plate, number 20. That's another name to watch here for the Bobcats. Luke Stalzer was not in the game that I called last against Des Moines North. He is in the starting lineup tonight at second base, number 11. Wayne Peters, your designated hitter. He will be number 36 at the plate here this evening. Trayton Gilliland, number 1. And James Myron, the shortstop. That's Wyatt Peters, excuse me, the designated hitter, not Wayne Peters. Wyatt Peters, your designated hitter. Trayton Gilliland batting ninth. James Myron will be hit for the Bobcats. He will be over at shortstop here this afternoon for the Bobcats in Game 1. As we get set here, just a few minutes away from the opening pitch, it'll be the Bobcats taking the field first here in this first game as the home team. Fort Dodge coming into this one 3-2 over their last 5. Pair of wins at Des Moines Lincoln. A 16-0 shutout and an 18-4 win as well over Des Moines Lincoln. A pair of losses to Mason City here as we take a look at our warm-ups for the Bobcats in our first inning. Powered by Van Wall Equipment of Marshalltown for everything John Deere, including equipment, parts, and service. See Van Wall Equipment today, your clear first choice. Fort Dodge, like I mentioned, a pair of losses to Mason City, 4-2 and 11-5 in a couple of home games there. Then they did bounce back with a win over Ottumwa, 3-2 in that one as they get set here to take on the Bobcats, who have had a little bit of a trying time this year, although 6 wins matches their total from last year. The Bobcats sit at 6-20 on the year, while the Dodgers hold a record of 25-7, an impressive record for the Dodgers as they slide into Marshalltown riding a 3 out of 5. It's not really a win streak if it's 3 out of 5, but it's still a positive record, so the Dodgers coming in with a little bit of momentum here. Like I mentioned, that last win over Ottumwa as we get set here. Red on red here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Thankfully, the Bobcats in their gray pants today, so a little bit of differentiation there as we get set for our leadoff batter, Hayden Porter. For the Fort Dodge Dodgers, he'll be at second base here this afternoon in Game 1. Opening pitch from Madden Martin. Just misses low and away for ball 1, and we are underway at the Marshalltown Baseball Complex. Second offering here from Martin comes home. Touch inside on that one, ball 2 to the leadoff hitter Hayden Porter. (3-0) now the count is Martin struggling to find the strike zone here on the opening batter, Hayden Porter, who's been very good in the leadoff spot for the Dodgers. Strike 1 there. Finally found the strike zone there was Madden Martin. Porter batting 400 plus on the season as he rips one into shallow left center and right in front of the center fielder McLeod. And just like that, the Fort Dodge Dodgers have themselves a base runner here in the opening inning. Colton Schultz stepping into the box here for the Dodgers. Another batter at the top of this lineup for Fort Dodge, batting over 400 at 432 this season. He's also drawn 26 walks with his 35 RBIs and 5 homers. Takes ball 1 just a touch low there. 1-0 is the count. Second offering for Martin. He checks back to the runner at first, who dives back in time, Porter. Not too big of a lead there at first for Porter, but still definitely a valid stealer. As you see there on the next pitch, a stolen base. That's Hayden Porter. Take it off, swipe at second, getting himself into scoring position as the count now 2-0 to Colton Schultz. As I was saying, Hayden Porter 4 of 5 on the year on steals, make that now 5 of 6. Pitch misses up from Martin, and now 3-0 the count to Colton Schultz. Martin looking to try to find the strike zone here. The freshman winds up, fires home on the 3-0, and that will miss low. And Schultz is aboard, drawing a walk here in the top of the first. Drew McBride, one of the standout batters. Stop me if you've heard this before. Another 400-plus hitter here for the Dodgers. 419 on the year. He leads the team with 10 home runs on the year. He's also got 8 doubles and 2 triples. An explosive bat at the plate here. Madden Martin looking to work around it and gets a first pitch swinging strike there. McBride looking to drive home a run here early in this one. As he looks to put the Dodgers on the board early. Takes pitch 2 low and away to even up the count at 1 apiece. Drew McBride, by the way, leads the team in RBIs as well. 42 on the year so far. The next closest is Colton Schultz at first with 35. So a lot of power here as Martin checks the runner at second. No tag applied. As Hayden Porter back well in time with that one, sliding back into second base head first. Martin comes home, finds strike 2 there on Drew McBride. 1-2 now the count as Martin ahead in 1 here for the first time this evening. See if he can find that first out here in the top of the first inning. Martin comes home on the 1-2. And that one just misses low to even up the count at 2 apiece. Good batter at the plate here for the Dodgers. As Martin looks for that first out, popped him up into shallow right center. Right fielder Holmgren is over, and he will make the play. Tagging at second is the runner Porter. He will advance over to third. But Martin picks up the first out of the day, and Colton Schultz held at first base. So the Dodgers now runners on the corners in the top of the first inning here of our doubleheader. Double play is available here for the Bobcats as Bo Marsh steps up to bat for the Dodgers. He'll be behind the plate when the Dodgers take the field. Checking over at first base to Schultz. And back in time. Bo Marsh on the year, a .405 hitter. Got 25 hits on the year, 7 doubles. Has not found a triple or a home run yet. The Bobcats will throw over to second, and as it gets into center field, the Dodgers will find their first run of the game. Hayden Porter comes around to score, and also swiping third is Colton Schultz on the error there from the Bobcats. Schoenfelder, as you see the throw, just gets over the head of Luke Stalzer, who looked like was coming up to try to stop the run from coming home, but in doing so, ball got over his head and into center field, as that's a called strike on the bottom half of the plate to Bo Marsh. Count now 1-1 to the cleanup hitter for Fort Dodge, leading this one 1-0 in the top of the first. That one misses wide. Marsh has not had as many of the extra base hits as some of the guys batting in front of him, but still 20 RBIs here on the season as he'll take another one low and away. Now 3-1 the count. Martin comes home on the 3-1, and that will miss just low and away, and Bo Marsh is aboard with the second walk drawn by the Dodgers here in the top half of the first. Runners on the corners. Marsh will have a courtesy runner coming in. Number 9, Reggie Peterson. Will McElroy, excuse me. No, that is Reggie Peterson, number 9, in as a courtesy runner. Will McElroy up to bat. Little stutter step there over at first from Peterson, but the still makes the dive back into first. This one a double check as Martin fires over to third. Gets both runners to dive back. Although Schultz a little late on that one, so I think as far as the synchronized diving score goes, it's not going to be a very good one. There, runner takes off, and no throw this time from Schoenfelder as Bo Marsh will go ahead and swipe second base. Second steal of the inning so far for the Dodgers. Hayden Porter, the leadoff batter, came around to score on an error. And that one misses low to Will McElroy. 2-0 now the count. He'll fire home on the 2-0 count. That one misses up. Ball gets away from the catcher, Schoenfelder. Runners will advance, and sliding home is Colton Schultz. And the Dodgers are up now 2-0 here in the top of the first. 3-0 now the count on the pass ball to Will McElroy. As the Dodgers just keep that train a moving out there on the base paths. Just one out recorded the fly out. True McBride flew out to right field, and Aiden Holmgren as we get a look there at Martin. Looking to come home with the 3-0, and that one will just miss. McElroy, the third walk drawn by the Dodgers here in the top of the first. Davis Underberg, your starting pitcher for game one. Here for the Dodgers, will step up into the right-handed batter's box. Getting the check there from head coach, manager, down there in the dugout. He looks to help himself out here in the early goings of game one. He will rip one down the third base line and foul. Good start here for the Dodgers in game one. Pair of runs home, and two more looking to come home out there on the base pass. Schoenfelder will make the throw over. Luke Stalzer cannot apply the tag in time, and the runner at third, Bo Marsh, will come around to score to make this one 3-0 here in the top of the first. 1-1, the count to Underberg. Still a runner in scoring position. The Dodgers looking to continue the damage as that one fouled back and out of play for strike two here. Just the second time this inning that Martin has gotten ahead in the count. Previous time, True McBride fly out to right field on a 2-2 pitch. We'll see if Martin can do the same here. 1-2. Pitch just misses up to even up the count. Good take there from Underberg at the plate. And he catches the outer part of the plate. Madden Martin with the strikeout here in the top of the first. His first of the game. Bring the Bobcats their second out of this top half of the inning. Jackson Denclaw now up to bat for the Dodgers. Denclaw batting .275 here on the season as he steps into the left-handed batter's box and takes the first pitch in there for a strike from Martin, who looks to be catching a little bit more of that strike zone here as we've made our way through the first 5 batters of this first inning, first 6 batters, excuse me. Martin fouls that one back, heads up into back towards the concession stand and out of play here at the Bobcat High School baseball diamond. And now quickly 0-2 the count to Jackson Denclaw. And Madden Martin looking to get out of this one, limiting the damage to just 3. That one just misses outside, though. Will McElroy, the runner on second here for the Dodgers. Jackson Denclaw at the plate. Martin comes home and gets a swinging strike, but it is dropped by Schoenfelder, who flips it over to first base. And the out is recorded there on the dropped strike 3. Bobcats limit the damage to just 3 as the Dodgers get through 7 batters there in the top of the first. We'll look to the top of the second now, or bottom of the first, excuse me. Fort Dodge records a hit. The Bobcats, an error there, allowing a run to score on the missed throw out to second base, getting over the head of Luke Stalzer and into center field to bring home a run. As the Bobcats look to try to claw themselves back into this one early, down 3-0 in the middle of the first. Again, the Bobcats dropped the first 2 games of this series at Fort Dodge. 11-5 and 13-3 earlier this month. I think that was right around the June 3rd weekend. The Bobcats hung around in Game 1 for the 11-5 defeat, but it was all Dodgers in Game 2, and that seems to be a bit of a pattern for the Bobcats. We saw them hang tough with Des Moines East as well here at home. 12-9 was the final in that one before dropping Game 2, 11-3. Then in their last doubleheader on Monday against the Ames Little Cyclones in the Highway 30 rivalry, Game 1, a barn burner. Bobcats dropped that one 14-13 over in Ames, and then Game 2, it was all Little Cyclones, 14-4 in that one. We'll see if the Bobcats can hang tough with the Dodgers in this one. Again, Bobcats 6-20 on the year, whereas Fort Dodge already up to 25 wins here on the season, just 7 losses. So a very productive season so far for the Dodgers. As we see Davis Underberg out there on the mound here for the Dodgers. Has not recorded a start yet this year, but has played in 3 games and pitched 3 innings, just 41 pitches thrown here this year for Davis Underberg. Does have 3 strikeouts and a 0 ERA with just 1 walk allowed and a whip, .33. So it was a very effective 3 games there for Underberg in those 3 innings. I imagine coming in pretty late in the game for this one. Aiden Holmgren to lead us off for the Bobcats in the bottom half of the first inning, as he looks to take pitch 1 here from Underberg, who fires home, and it's chopped foul back to the backstop by Aiden Holmgren. Here we get a look at Aiden. One of the vets of this team, still just a sophomore though, is the batter for the Bobcats, number 19. He'll pop that one out into right field. Underneath it, Bennett Nikvinda, and he will make the play over in right field. So a quick out recorded for the Dodgers to bring up third baseman Garrett Tatey. I say another one of the veterans who is also a sophomore. Tatey batting .241 on the year for the Bobcats. He'll take pitch 1 up and out for ball 1 of this at-bat. Pitch 2 in there for a strike to even it up. Just like that, Davis Underberg back to firing strikes. Chopped foul by Tatey to the backstop. Now behind in the count, 1-2. That one chopped up the middle. Underberg, the pitcher, will field it with his bare hand and fire over to first for the out. It's a 1-3 put out there in your scorecards. Underberg to Cal Peterson, the first baseman, to retire Tatey, the Bobcat hitter. There you see the play there. Nice and calm there from Davis Underberg. Did not rush the throw at all. Made sure he had his feet set, fired over, and got the out as he goes a little off speed there. Catches the outer part of the plate on Jalen Logsdon. Second pitch in there for a strike as well. Quickly behind 0-2 is Jalen Logsdon, the left fielder for the Bobcats, and he'll look again. This one misses the strike zone. Good eye there from Logsdon. Underberg looking to work a very quick 1-2-3 inning, and he does just that, getting Logsdon chasing one on the outer part of the zone. Bobcats go down in a hurry, 1-2-3, as the Dodgers lead this one 3-0 on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well.
Welcome back to our coverage here of Bobcat baseball. David Braga along for the call here this afternoon and into this evening. The Dodgers lead this one 3-0. As we head to the second inning, our on-site producer, Zach Tomish, our camera crew, Keith Stewart, and our radio producer will be joining us for game 2 of this one. Xavier Doze back in the KFJB-TV, or the KFJB studios, excuse me. Be joining us there for game 2. Want to give a quick shout out, Coach Cox helping us out again. He gave us some power for the Des Moines North game, and he's given us the power in this one as well. We'll see if he can put some power into the Bobcat bats in the bottom half of the second, but for now, see if he can put some power into the right arm of Madden Martin, who fires home. Picks up a strike here on the opening pitch of the second inning to the Dodgers' Tanner Peterson, who is out playing at shortstop this afternoon. Martin fires home, picks up a second strike in this one, ahead in the count 0-2. Looking to start this inning off a lot better than his previous inning. Gave up a single leadoff single to Hayden Porter. Quickly ahead in this one, 0-2, goes off speed, up and away for ball 1 of this at-bat. Coming home on the 1-2 pitch is Martin, and he picks up the looking strike 3 call on Tanner Peterson. It's another strikeout recorded there for Madden Martin. That's 3 in a row, including the put out at first base on the drop strike 3 to end the last inning. So Martin struggled a little bit with the top of the order, but he's picked it up here towards the bottom half of the order as Cal Peterson comes up for the Dodgers. Rips that one foul and out of play, just beyond the bleachers. Martin again ahead in the count here quickly, 0-1. This is that one inside to even up the count, 1-1. As the Dodgers lead this one at 3-0 up on your Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. One out recorded here in the bottom of the first inning, or top of the second, excuse me. That one ripped up the middle by Cal Peterson for the single. Solid contact from the first baseman, Cal Peterson, to get aboard here in the top of the second as we get back up to the top of the lineup. Hayden Porter with a single in the left center. Dropped just in front of Quinn McLeod in the opening at-bat of this one. Cal Peterson checked over there at first. Ball gets away from Trayton Gilliland. And Cal Peterson will take second. He's looking for third as right fielder Aiden Holmgren's slow to get over to that one. And a little bit of a kerfuffle over there for the Bobcats as the throw got away from Gilliland, and advancing all the way to third on the error is Cal Peterson. Runner now in scoring position for the leadoff batter, Porter. He'll take this first pitch of the at-bat. Catches the outer part of the plate for that one. Strike one is the call by our home plate umpire. Martin again ahead in the count. Took him a while to get fired up, but he's been hitting the strike zone a little bit more here, and he'll pick up a swinging strike to Porter. Off speed, low and away. Gets him to chase, and now 0-2 in the count. Very favorable here for Martin. That one skips away from the catcher Schoenfelder, and just like that, the Dodgers add another run here on a wild pitch. Just skips by Lars Schoenfelder and able to come home was Cal Peterson. So despite being ahead in the count 0-2, Madden Martin and Lars Schoenfelder can't connect on the pitch. It allows another run to come home for the Dodgers, now 4-0 in the top of the second. Martin comes home again, and this one again gets through the glove of Schoenfelder to the backstop. And quickly from 0-2 to 2-2, as you see there, the ball just skips away from Schoenfelder, and easily scoring from third is Cal Peterson. No play at the plate at all in that one, and we have a full count now as Martin misses the zone here again. Coming home with the payoff pitch, Martin. That one lined out into right field, chasing back is Holmgren. He's not going to be able to get it. That one's going to skip all the way to the fence. Heading for third. Going to be a close play at third. It skips away from the third baseman, Tatey, but able to back him up was Martin. That'll be a triple recorded for Hayden Porter, the freshman for Fort Dodge. That's his second triple on the year. As just like that, Dodgers threatening again following the Hayden Porter triple over into the right field corner. Going to bring up Colton Schultz for the second time here today. He walked in the first inning, then got a steal and advanced to third on the error. This was the throw from Schoenfelder that went over the head of Luke Stalzer in the first inning. Martin coming home here with the 0-0 pitch. This one is snagged by Schoenfelder, but misses low for ball one. That one lifted in the air to right. Holmgren tracking back, and that one is gone. A home run by Colton Schultz puts two more on the board for the Fort Dodge Dodgers as Hayden Porter will trot home to the plate, and here comes Colton Schultz. Dodgers lead this one 6-0 now following the home run. Colton Schultz, his sixth home run on the year for the Dodgers. He's now picked up his 36th and 37th RBIs as well, so continuing to do some damage at the top of this lineup are the Fort Dodge Dodgers. 6-0 now as they've put up a 3-spot in both the first and second innings. Martin comes home with this one to True McBride. Misses low and away for ball one. McBride leading the Dodgers with 10 home runs and 42 RBIs. Also has drawn 21 walks, and it's no surprise why. Martin catches the outer part of the plate for that one to even up the count, though. McBride got a hold of one in the first inning, but not quite enough. Just a little bit underneath it. Flew out to the right fielder, Holmgren. He gives a big rip to that one. Over the top of it, 1-2 now the count. just misses for Madden Martin. Evens the count at 2-2. A good pitch from Martin. Just did not quite get the chase or the call. As McBride has struck out 27 times. That one just on the inner part of the plate to even up the count. This is the most strikeouts for the Dodgers, so McBride certainly one to swing the bat. But if the payoff is 10 home runs and 40 RBIs, you're more than happy to take it, as he does end up drawing the walk, his 22nd on the year. Bo Marsh walked in the first inning, as we've got a quick infield meeting out here. Coach Colton Hankey coming out to check with Martin as well. 6-0 our score in this one. The Dodgers lead it. They picked up 3 runs in the first, kind of just steadily moving the train along the bases. And then in the inning number 2 here in Marshalltown, a big shot, Colton Schiltz, over the right field fence, just in front of the scoreboard out there in right field. Picked up a pair of runs on the 2-run shot to put the Dodgers up 6-0 in this one. Like I said, it's been a bit of a rough patch here for the Bobcats. They've been able to hang around in Game 1 against opponents, but by the time they get through Game 2, the Bobcats just have not been able to keep the bats that hot. And they've just seemed to fall off a little bit against that Game 2 pitching. Against Des Moines East, they were in that one the whole way, ended up dropping that one 12-9. And then in Game 2, dropped it 11-3. And then in their last doubleheader against Ames, a 1-run loss, 13-14. A shootout over in Ames. Then Game 2, Little Cyclones, 14-4 in that one. The Bobcats looking to try to keep this one close, but the Dodgers bats lighting up early here in this one as Martin checks over to the runner at first, McBride, who is back in time. With Bo Marsh, who, like I said, walked, got a steal, and came around to score. This time he will fly one out into shallow right field, and Holmgren unable to make the play. Coming over in second is McLeod, or from center, excuse me, is McLeod. And that'll hold the runners at first and second, but again, just unable to find the out are the Bobcats as Bo Marsh aboard. That one drops just in front of the right fielder, Holmgren. As we've got a courtesy runner for Bo Marsh. Again, that's number 9, Reggie Peterson, into courtesy run for Bo Marsh, the catcher. Will McElroy, a walk as well in the first inning as he comes back up here in the second. That one driven in the air to center field, all the way back. It'll one-hop the fence for Will McElroy. That'll bring home 2 runs here, as coming around second is the throw, not in time. And over to third on the throw goes McElroy. That'll be a double with an advance on the throw. And 2 more runs come around for the Dodgers. Now 8-0 in just the second inning of this one. Another hit given up by Martin as this one, Will McElroy smokes one that one-hops the 360 mark out there in center. And now sits on third base following the throw. It could not get the runner, Reggie Peterson, at the plate. Martin comes home. This one popped straight back up to us. Loud bang. That one smacks the bleachers, as here you see the advancement on the throw. Oh, that's the triple, excuse me. Yeah, they're from Will McElroy. Little celebration right to the Wade dugout after he advanced to third on the throw. 1-1 the count here to the pitcher, Davis Underberg. He'll rip that one down the third base line and foul. Martin comes home, misses away on that one. Still just one out here recorded in this second inning. That one chopped to the third base side. Throw over to first, and Trayton Gilliland is in time. Tatey to Gilliland for the 5-3 putout. That will bring home McElroy. And it's now 9-0 here in the top of the second there. You see nice play there by Tatey. Always awkward to try to stop those on the hop coming off the grass, but Tatey, nice job adjusting to it and making the throw over to Gilliland at first. That one misses up and in, almost catches the shoulder of Jackson Denclaw. Here you see the play by Tatey. Just catches the dirt there on the hop, and Tatey makes the throw over right in the pocket of Trayton Gilliland. 2-0 now the count is. Just missing again on that one is Martin. This is the final batter of the lineup here in the second inning for the Dodgers, and he'll swing through that one for strike one. Jackson Denclaw struck out to end the first inning on the drop strike 3, and Schoenfelder made the nice calm throw over to first. We'll see if the Bobcats can repeat that one, but in a bit of a hole on this at-bat, 3-1 now the count. Martin comes home. This one also misses the strike zone, and the Dodgers have gone through the lineup here in the second inning.
For the Dodgers, number 23, Tanner Peterson.
Tanner Peterson struck out to lead off this inning, but he'll get another stab at it. Dodgers now leading this one at 9-0 in the top of the second. Lars Schoenfelder makes the check over to first, not in time for any sort of play. And the pitch missed the strike zone as well for ball one. Runner goes. Lars Schoenfelder makes the throw to Stalzer. It's a good throw. And it takes the umpire a while, but he does make the out call at second. What a throw from Lars Schoenfelder to tag the runner, Jackson Denclaw, at second base. And a great tag applied there by Stalzer as well. What a throw there from Lars Schoenfelder. Had to double check with Stalzer to make sure he'd caught the ball, and he sure did. Lars Schoenfelder with the assist on the throw over to second base. Pick off the runner on the steal attempt, as the Bobcats do get out of the second inning, but not before the Dodgers put up 6. As here we get another look at it. Look at this throw from Schoenfelder right on the money, and Stalzer applies the tag. Umpire thought about it for a second, but made the out call, and I think that's the right one. Stalzer right there on the money, and Lars Schoenfelder, after airmailing one in the first inning, will not do so in the second. Picks up the caught stealing there out towards second base. The Bobcats went 1-2-3 in a hurry in the first inning, so we'll see Madden Martin, Quinn McLeod, and Lars Schoenfelder to bat here for the Bobcats. We'll see if kind of this middle of the lineup, the heart of the lineup, can do any damage at the plate. Bobcats going to need some here in the second inning if they want to stay in this one. The Dodgers bats are hot in this one, and Davis Underberg a quick 1-2-3 inning in the first. Madden Martin, pitcher on a pitcher here to lead off the bottom of the second. Underberg comes home. Martin does not check his swing. It might have been a strike anyway, as the umpire makes the call. That one a little off speed inside from Underberg to even up the count. Martin cool as the underside of a pillow on that one. Takes a little bit of a step back there on pitch number 3. That does also miss inside. That one chopped down the third base line. There will be a play made by Denclaw. He'll fire over to first in time to record the out. What a throw there from Jackson Denclaw. There's some heat on that one at the hot corner. Normally they call it that because you get all the hot shots from the plate that rip it over there. But Jackson Denclaw giving the hot corner a new meaning. What a strike there from third to first. What a throw by the kid. Our producer, Zach Tomish, impressed by that one. As Quinn McLeod up to bat, will take ball one. I'll keep the at-bat alive there, taking ball 2 low. Get ahead in the count 2-0. Can't get enough of this. I mean, that is a rope from third to first from Jackson Denclaw as McLeod takes strike 1 in this at-bat. Now 2-1 the count. Holds up on that pitch low below the knees, and now 3-1. McLeod working a patient at-bat here in the second inning. Ooh, umpire gives the pitcher Underberg the benefit of the doubt on that one to load it up. That one looked to be about the same spot, but 3-2 now the count, and a check swing foul ball skims across the roof of the bathrooms over there behind the road dugout, and McLeod stays alive. Swings through that one, and a strikeout recorded of Quinn McLeod as Underberg looking to work another quick 1-2-3 inning. Underberg comes home. That one lifted in the air to center field. That'll drop for the Bobcats' first base hit of the game. Lars Schoenfelder delivers on a single up the middle right in front of the center fielder Colton Schultz. Underberg. Wow, we'll see how he recovers after this first base runner allowed. Luke Stalzer at the plate will take ball 1. As there you see that rip from Schoenfelder. Nice easy liner in front of the center fielder Schultz. Stalzer taking ball 2. I liked that approach from Schoenfelder there at the plate. Underberg been throwing a lot of strikes to start off the at-bats, and Schoenfelder did not wait on it. Got right out on top of it, and soft liner there into shallow center as Luke Stalzer looks at a strike here. 2-1 now the count. Underberg misses low and in. Luke Stalzer, another patient at-bat here for the Bobcats. 3-1 now the count. See if the Bobcats can add a second base runner as Underberg comes home with it. Stalzer pops that one up on the infield. Underberg over down to the third base line will make the play. And the Bobcats are retired with a whimper here in the second inning. But they do get their first base runner of the game. Lars Schoenfelder single up the middle. We'll see if the Dodgers can extend their lead when we come back. Here's you take a look at Schoenfelder into center field. You're watching Bobcat Baseball on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. Welcome back to coverage of Bobcat Baseball here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. As we got some balloons and some celebration going on here down at the Fort Dodge dugout. Top of the third inning, the Fort Dodgers lead this one 9-0. The Bobcats Picked up a hit there in the bottom of the second, but unable to do anything with the Lars Schoenfelder single with 2 outs done already. And we will see the Dodgers return to the plate. Madden Martin still on the mound for the Bobcats here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Tanner Peterson will return to the plate, of course. Was at bat to end the second inning, but the throw from Lars Schoenfelder to get the out at second on the steal attempt ended the Dodgers' run there in the second inning. So we will see Tanner Peterson back at the plate, who takes ball 1 to start off the top of the third. Martin comes home, catches the outer part of the plate for strike 1 to even up the count. Just a matter of putting a couple at-bats together here for Martin at the center circle for the Bobcats. He ended the first inning strong with a couple strikeouts and started the second inning strong with an out, but could not find those consecutive at-bat outs from the mound, and quickly behind in this one, 3-1 now, the count to Tanner Peterson. And he will take his base on the 5-pitch walk there from Madden Martin. Cal Peterson picked up a single in that big second inning from the Dodgers. See if he can pick up another hit here at the plate with Tanner Peterson over on first. Squared up to bunt, but laid off of it. Pitch low and away. Another pitch outside there from Martin to put the count at 2-0. That's Peterson with a T at first and Peterson with a D at the plate. Appreciate the different spellings there from Cal and Tanner. 3-0 now the count. All three missing wide of the plate for Madden Martin. So we'll see if Peterson has the green light on the 3-0. Catches the outer part of the plate there from Martin to pick up the first strike of the at-bat. The Bobcats looking for their first win in their last 5 games. Not off to a great start here in Game 1, trailing this one 9-0, as Martin will miss low and in the dirt for the second straight walk of the inning. The Petersons, Tanner and Cal aboard here for the top half of the lineup. A top half of the lineup, by the way, that featured a Hayden Porter triple, a Colton Schiltz home run. And if we get too far into the top part of this lineup, Will McElroy a double and advance to third on the throw in that last inning as well. So not the spot you want to be in if you're the Bobcat defense and if you're Madden Martin there on the mound, as we do have a mound visit from Coach Colton Hankey. Taking a look at our our Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. 6 hits for the Dodgers to just 1 for the Bobcats. A big story, though. There are 3 errors here in the first 2 innings for the Bobcats as they work through here into the top of the third. And it looks like we will continue to see Martin on the mound. Meeting still ongoing there on the mound with Coach Colton Hankey, as looks like Martin may actually be headed to the infield here. Conversation ongoing there at the mound. And it looks like we will have a pitching change. So we'll find out who's on the mound for the Bobcats when we come back after this on Your Home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
You can trust your local TV and radio stations to deliver the information you need when it matters most. As misinformation floods social media, you can trust us to deliver the truth. We are broadcasters.
People see the grind, but they don't see the breath between sets. That's what keeps me at peace. Your strength starts there. A strong mind will carry you through storms. Muscles never survive.
Is it time to change out your air filter? Check out the planned service programs from Effington Heating and Cooling that helps ensure your heating and cooling systems are ready to go. Effington Heating and Cooling, they're not comfortable until you are. A pitching change here for the Bobcats in the top of the third inning. Luke Stalzer moving from second base position to the mound. And a little bit of a rotation there on the infield for the Bobcats. James Myron moves over to third. Garrett Tatey takes Stalzer's spot at second, and of course that leaves shortstop open for the pitcher Madden Martin. A little bit of a shakeup on the infield as Luke Stalzer takes the mound for the Bobcats, and a big hole in this one, 9-0. Multiples of 3 are hard, ladies and gentlemen. 9-0 in the top of the third, 6 hits for the Dodgers. There you go, 3 errors as well for the Bobcats. We're all multiples of 3 here in this one, as Luke Stalzer takes the mound for the Bobcats.
Back to the top of the order, number 19, Hayden Porter.
And what a welcome to the mound. The man with a triple and a man with the home run on deck for the Dodgers as Stalzer takes the mound here for the Bobcats. First pitch from Stalzer. Come home with it. That one gets by the catcher Schoenfelder. And both runners advance without a throw. A little bit slow to react there were the runners, but no throw made by Schoenfelder behind the plate, as Hayden Porter takes ball 1 in this at-bat in the top of the third. Another ball here from Stalzer, as Porter leads this count 2-0. Stalzer comes home with this one, misses inside for ball 3. I say nil, I'm in the World Cup mood. Team USA to kick off the final group stage match in Group D. As Hayden Porter draws a 4-ball walk to load the bases here in the top of the third inning. And if I had to pick somebody to not put at the plate with the bases loaded, maybe it's the guy that sent one over the right field fence in his last at-bat. Colton Schultz, a walk and a home run already in this one. A 2-run shot over the right field fence, and the right fielder Aiden Holmgren just in front of the scoreboard out there in right. We'll take pitch number 1 here from Luke Stalzer. Catches the outer part of the plate. Stalzer finds his first strike since coming into the game. Bases loaded and nobody out here in the third. Stalzer, thought he caught the outer part of the plate again. That one just wide. Evens up the count 1-1. Stalzer comes home again. This one does drop in there for strike 2. Stalzer back ahead in the count. Fires home on the 1-2. That one chopped down the first baseline and foul. Staying alive at the plate, Colton Schultz. Two and two now the count here. Stalzer just misses on that one. That one up into the air, into center field. Moving over is McLeod. He'll make the play. The runners will advance. Now 10-0 on that one. 10-0 now the score here as Fort Dodge leads it. Stalzer checks the runner. Checks the runner at first. This one gets away from Trayton Gilliland, and another run will score to make this one 11-0. And advancing to second, Hayden Porter. They're on the error with True McBride at the plate. 0-0 still the count. Couple of checks over to first base. Now the runner Porter out to second. That one goes behind the batter, True McBride. One 1-0 pitch there from Stalzer comes home, and that one's going to catch the inner part of the plate. 1-1 is our count. Number 11 at the plate. 11 is the count, and 11 is the number of runs on the board for Fort Dodge here in the top of the third. A check back to second base. Tatey not skipping any steps on that one. Applies the tag even after runner Porter was back on second base. That one catches the inner part of the plate as well. Stalzer working the inner half here on McBride with a pair of strikes. One, two, the count. Stalzer to McBride coming home. That one misses high. Good attempt at framing that one from Schoenfelder, but umpire does not bite on it. 2-2 now. The count here at the plate. Misses high on the 2-2 count as well. Sounds like the softball game also not going in the favor of the Bobcats. That one sounded like 14-0 over on the softball diamond. So Fort Dodge commanding leads in both games as they lead this one 11-0 in the third over Bobcat baseball. That one up the middle. That one will squeak into the outfield. Coming home is the runner Porter. And rounding first hard is the batter True McBride. And he will be held with the single. Now 12-0. Fort Dodge leading this one big over the Bobcats. Bo Marsh, number 45, the catcher for Fort Dodge here in game one, will now take the plate. Runner on first, McBride following the single up the middle. Just got enough of it to roll it between the shortstop and second baseman. Madden Martin and Garrett Tatey out there in the middle of the infield for the Bobcats with Luke Stalzer on the mound. 1-0 the count as Stalzer just misses the strike zone on that one. We'll fire over to first, and Gilliland applies the tag. Not in time, though, as McBride, not too big of a lead over there at first on that one. We've seen the Dodgers attempt steals here after the first pickoff attempt, but looks like McBride will stay at first on this one as Stalzer misses low for ball two. Just one out recorded here in the top of the third for the Bobcats. The Dodgers another 3 runs here in the top of the third to lead this one 12-0. Bo Marsh at the plate, ahead in the count 3-0 as the Bobcats have already made one pitching change. Madden Martin went 2 innings, and Luke Stalzer came here in the third as he'll pick up a strike to Marsh at the plate. A nice off-speed pitch from Stalzer. That one attacked by Marsh, and it'll drop right in front of Aiden Holmgren. It skips by him, and that'll be extra bases for Marsh. We'll see if they send the runner McBride. They will hold McBride at third. And we have got 2 on in scoring position for the Dodgers. Bring up Will McElroy, who one-hopped one to the center field fence out there right at the 360 number. One-hopped it to the fence, picked up extra bases, and advanced to third on the throw home to try to get the runner. So another dangerous bat here up to the plate for this Dodgers offense. Will McElroy a walk and a double here so far in this one. He'll look at strike one on the outer part of the plate. Good pitch there from Stalzer to get ahead in the count 1-0. That one misses in from Stalzer, gets away from Schoenfelder, and another wild pitch will lead to another Dodger run. 13-0 now our score here from the Marshalltown High School and the Marshalltown Bobcat baseball diamond. The visitors on the board early and often in this one. Stalzer comes home, gets a swinging strike 2 on Will McElroy. That one in the dirt, stopped this time by Schoenfelder out in front of the plate. Davis Underberg, the pitcher, waiting in the on-deck circle if McElroy can continue the damage here for the Dodgers, and he will take strike 3 for the second out here of the inning. Nice little breaking ball catches the top of the zone there from Luke Stalzer to pick up the second out and his first strikeout of the inning and of the game. Fires the first pitch into Davis Underberg, the opposing pitcher, and he'll miss the strike zone. As you take a look at that breaking ball, top of the zone, got him looking for Stalzer's first strikeout of the game. That one lifted in the air to left center field. Charging in on it, Quinn McLeod, unable to make the diving stop. And a heck of an effort there from Quinn McLeod out there in shallow left center. Gave it his all. Just came up inches short of that one, and Davis Underberg is aboard with the single. And that'll bring home the runner at third, Bo Marsh. As here we take a look at it. Quinn McLeod just unable to get the glove to it. Sports, a game of inches. Football, baseball, basketball, doesn't matter what you're playing. And Quinn McLeod just shy of that one out in left center field. Davis Underberg aboard as we've got a third meeting at the mound here for the Bobcats in as many innings. Another crooked number on the scorecard for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. 14-0 here in the top of the third inning. As we have reached 6 o'clock here in Marshalltown. 79 degrees, bright sunshiny skies above here in Marshalltown. Bobcats will disperse from the mound. Head coach Colton Hankey headed back towards the dugout. And Luke Stalzer still on the mound here for the Cats in the third inning. 1 on, 2 out for the Dodgers. As Jackson Denclaw will be aboard. Davis Underberg at first. Let's check the runner. That one lifted high into the air in center field. Quinn McLeod underneath it. And the Bobcats will get out of the inning. Quinn McLeod unable to get the diving stop on the first one, but he'll take the routine fly ball to end the inning. And the Bobcats go through the order, or excuse me, the Dodgers go through the order here again in the third inning. This time, though, just 5 runs, as opposed to the previous 6. 14-0 our score as the Dodgers pick up a few more hits in this top of the third inning, up to 8 now on the game. The Bobcats also a 4th error there in that third inning. They've got 2 hits so far in this one. The single from Lars Schoenfelder, one of them. As we will see the Bobcats take the at-bats in the bottom of the third inning. Wyatt Peters will lead them off. Davis Underberg stays on the mound here for the Dodgers. He's been effective at the mound. The Bobcats, just the one base runner, Lars Schoenfelder, and then Luke Stalzer popped out to the pitcher on the third baseline there to end the second inning. A pair of strikeouts as well so far for Underberg, one of Jalen Logsdon and one of Quinn McLeod, to go along with no runs allowed. Wyatt Peters steps into the batter's box here for the Bobcats, a designated hitter, batting for the shortstop James Myron. As we are set to get underway in the bottom of the third inning, Bobcats going to stay alive in this one, trailing 14-0. Underberg comes home with the first pitch, misses high for ball 1 to Wyatt Peters. So there you see our Bobcat lineup here for game number 1. Wyatt Peters plunked on the left side, and he will go ahead and take his base. Headed over there to first. First baseman Trayton Gilliland up to bat here for the Bobcats, one of the few upperclassmen on this Bobcat roster. Steps up into the right-handed batter's box, and he fires away on the first pitch, rips it down the third base line, and foul. Good swing there on the opening pitch, though, from Gilliland. Swings underneath his second pitch, and quickly behind in the count, 0-2, is the Bobcat first baseman. And it fires in there for called strike 3. Trayton Gilliland goes down looking. Aiden Holmgren, the leadoff man for the Bobcats, will now take the plate. Breaking pitch sneaks in there for a strike on the inner part of the plate. Holmgren flew out to right in his opening at bat in the first inning, as he takes ball 1 low to even up the count. That one catches the outer part of the plate on the breaking pitch from Underberg, as he jumps ahead in the count now, 1-2. Runner on first is Wyatt Peters, and Aiden Holmgren goes down swinging on one on the inner part of the plate, and the Bobcats 2 outs down here in the bottom of the third inning. Comes Garrett Tatey to advance the runner here. 2 outs for the Dodger defense. He'll smack that one straight back into the backstop. Tatey swings over top of another breaking ball there from Underberg, who jumps ahead in this one. 0-2, looking for another quick inning as Tatey fouls that one back. Staying alive on the 0-2 count is Tatey. This one he chops down the first base side. Should be easy for Cal Peterson, who will take it himself back to the bag. And the Bobcats go down again here in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the fourth. The Dodgers lead this one 14-0 on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well.
Luke Stalzer still on the mound here for the Bobcats as we head to the top of the fourth inning. It is all Dodgers here in Marshalltown, 14-0. Crooked number in each inning. 3 in the first, 6 in the second, and 5 more there in the third inning. Colton Schultz, a home run in the second inning, and the Dodgers bats stay hot at the plate, as they've gone through the order twice in 3 innings here already in this one. Tanner Peterson start us off here again in the 4th inning. It's been a bit of a pattern for the Dodgers offense. So you take a look. Tanner Peterson will start us off here in the 8th spot for the Dodgers offense. Takes ball 1 from Stalzer. That one, Tanner Peterson limboing under that one. 2-0 now the count. Stalzer coming home on the 2-0. That one ripped in the air to left over the infield of the Bobcats. And straight to Jalen Logsdon, who will fire it into the infield, but not before Tanner Peterson picks up the single into left field. And the Dodgers, a runner aboard to start off the top of the 4th. It's the 10th hit now for the Dodgers. Cal Peterson now at the plate. Check over to first base, not in time for Tanner Peterson. Stalzer fires home, misses high. Just misses on that one. 3-0 the count. Now to Cal Peterson, the first baseman for the Dodgers in this Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have Game 2 shortly after this Game 1 concludes, as Stalzer just misses inside, and that'll put runners on first and second here for the Dodgers. Back to the top of the lineup. Looks like we've got a substitution here for the Dodgers. Number 25, Cale Adams, into this spot here for the Dodgers. He'll take a strike. Hayden Porter was the leadoff batter. He had a triple and a single to go along with a walk, and had scored 3 times for the Dodgers in this one. On the inner part of the plate, Cale Adams turns away from it, and the umpire says it's a strike. 0-2. Now the count to Adams. Stalzer comes home with the 0-2. That one ripped to short. Martin picks up the out and can't complete the double play on the throw over to the second baseman, Tatey. But they do pick up the line out. Martin gets a good job digging that glove underneath it to record the out. Just could not complete the double play over to the second baseman, Tatey. I think the throw over would have been in time. As we take a look here, Madden Martin jumps on this one, just gets the glove underneath it, and an awkward throw trying to go over the runner there to Tatey, and just unable to get it to the second baseman. Stalzer comes home on the 0-0 pitch and misses just wide. As we've got Mason Frevert now batting here for the Dodgers. That one skips away from the catcher Schoenfelder and knocks out our home plate cam as Stalzer goes to cover the plate. 2-0 now the count. Stalzer fires home. That one fouls off of the bat. And that'll go down as a strike on the foul tip there from Mason Frevert. Stalzer comes home and catches the outer part of the plate for strike 2 of this at-bat to Mason Frevert, who has come into the lineup here. As we get a look at the replay, that was one of the first things they told us in Little League, was if you need to duck, also bring the bat down. That'll be a strikeout recorded by Luke Stalzer. Yeah, that was one of the first things they told you. If you're gonna duck, you got to bring the bat down too, because if you leave the bat up there, it's not likely to hit it. There's always a chance, and right there, that led to the strikeout of Mason Frevert. As we've got a balk called, and that'll bring home the 15th run here. As get another look at it, swinging strike 3. Luke Stalzer picks up the strikeout, and now a balk is called on Stalzer. As we've got Nolan Ahrens now at the plate. Takes a ball. Want to know the count? Stalzer fires home. That one ripped up the middle. That'll score a 16th run, and Nolan Ahrens with a base hit up the middle of the field over the head of Luke Stalzer and through the middle of that Bobcat infield. As the bats keep rolling here for the visiting Fort Dodge Dodgers. Here you take another look at it. Right up the middle over the head of Stalzer and into the center field grass right in front of Quinn McLeod. As the substitutions will continue here for the Dodgers. Number 41, Caden Frere. Check over to first is not in time. Caden Frere at the plate. He'll take strike 1. Stalzer comes home again. It's a swing and a miss. A ball in the dirt to put the count at 1-2. Stalzer looking to get out of this 4th inning without too much damage being done, as he misses high on that one. Not too much damage done for the Dodgers in this fourth inning, but enough so to put the Bobcats at that 15-4 rule here in game one of our doubleheader. Stalzer fires home with that one, and he will pick up the strike looking on the outer part of the plate. Stalzer gets out of the top half of the fourth inning, but the Dodgers do pick up enough runs. They're now leading 16-0. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. The Bobcats will need to get the bats going if they want to extend this game. And yeah, the Bobcats do just have the one hit on the day, just the Lars Schoenfelder single into center field. So it's been a struggle at the plate for the Cats, as they've got just the one hit. 4 errors as well for the Bobcats. Most of those really on throws. There haven't been too many fielding errors for the Bobcats, but there's been some throws that have been just off the mark. And the Dodgers have been able to make the punishing moves around the bases to pick up these 16 runs on 11 hits here in just the 4 innings, excuse me. Davis Underberg still out there on the mound for the Dodgers, as he'll look to wrap this one up in 4. Caden Frere is currently sitting behind the mound, or behind center, behind home plate. Looks like he has taken that spot at the 2 on your scorecards. Cale Adams has moved over to third.
Leading off for the Bobcats, number 23, Jalen Loxton.
Jalen Logsden will lead us off here in the fourth for the Bobcats, and he will fly this one out into center field, and making the play is Colton Schultz. Or excuse me, that's Mason Freevert out there now in center field.
Number 35, Matt Martin.
Madden Martin now stepping up into the batter's box. See if he can provide a spark at the plate here for the Bobcats, as that first pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Second pitch catches the corner. And yet another strike called there on Madden Martin. Now down in the count 0-2, which already one down here in the top of the fourth for the Bobcat bats. And he will hold up on that pitch low and in the dirt for ball 2. That one chopped up the middle, going to the shortstop. That's Peterson, who will stop and fire over and pick up the out at first base for the 6-3 put out. And the Bobcats are down to Quinn McLeod at the plate here, trailing this one at 16-0. Underberg misses high there to McLeod on the opening pitch. McLeod has had an eventful day out there in center field for the Bobcats. Came up just inches shy of a miraculous diving catch. Had a couple of balls hit his way, as have many of the Bobcat outfielders in this one. 2-0 now the count as Underberg fires home. That one right down the heart of the plate. 2-1 now the count to McLeod. That one misses low and away as McLeod tries to work himself through this at bat. 3-1 now the count. Bobcats have not seen too many at-bats get to 3 balls, as that'll be the first walk of the day by a Bobcat batter. A nice patient at-bat there from the center fielder, Quinn McLeod, to bring up Lars Schoenfelder, who has the lone base hit for the Bobcats in this one. A single up the middle. Was aggressive in his last at-bat, swinging on the first pitch. See how aggressive he is here in this one. Takes strike on the outer part of the plate. That one, he takes a big step out and swings over it. Count now 0-2. Cats down to their last strike in this one, trailing 16-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Underberg comes home with it, and a partial swing there from Schoenfelder, and the umpire said that the catch was made by the catcher behind the plate, Caden Frere, and that will do it for game 1 of our doubleheader. Fort Dodge takes this one 16-0. The Bobcats just get 2 base runners aboard, a single from Lars Schoenfelder, who strikes out to end the game, and a walk from Quinn McLeod. 4 strikeouts on the day from Davis Underberg, who just gives up the 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, and just the 1 walk, as he'll pick up the win in 4 innings in this one. As for the Bobcats, a struggle at the mound for both Madden Martin and Luke Stalzer, who just end up pitching 4 innings as well in this one. They give up, there you see it, 11 hits. No errors for the Fort Dodge defense. The Bobcat pitchers do pick up a few strikeouts apiece, though. 3 apiece, to be exact, for both Madden Martin and Luke Stalzer, as the Bobcats drop game 1 in this doubleheader. It was a hefty day at the plate for the Dodgers. Hayden Porter picked up a triple down the right field line, and you see one of the better plays there from the Bobcat defense in this one. The pickoff, Lars Schoenfelder firing to second baseman Luke Stalzer in the early goings of this one, picking up that out at second base. So a perfect throw from Schoenfelder right to the heart of second base, and Luke Stalzer applies the tag to pick up the out. Speaking of rifling a throw in there, how about that one? Oh my goodness. Jackson Denklaw, a frozen rope on a ground out third to first there. The Fort Dodge defense certainly making moves, and here you see Madden Martin couldn't quite pick up the double play on this one, but a nice snag as he picks that one off the ground to pick up the out. Just could not complete the double play, and it was just kind of that sort of day for the Bobcats out there in the field. A lot of close, but nothing quite secured for the Bobcats here in game 1. And as I was saying, a busy day at the plate for this Fort Dodge offense. Hayden Porter, a triple, a walk, and a single, and the big one, Colton Schultz, a home run to right field just in front of the scoreboard out there in right, and over the head of right fielder Aiden Holmgren, as the Fort Dodge Dodgers pick up the big win in game 1, 16-0, as the Bobcats now have dropped 6 in a row. We'll be back for coverage of game 2, and if the Bobcats can dig themselves out of this hole, we'll be right back with your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors.
welcome into coverage of Bobcat baseball on News Talk 1230 KFJB AM and 93.9 FM, and your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. David Braga on the call for you tonight as we've got Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Dodgers, a big win in Game 1. We'll see if the Bobcats can bounce back here in Game 2.
Friesel takes off. He's got a stolen bag, his 4th of the year. And stuck. Sends one over the shortstop.
Game 2 of our doubleheader, the Fort Dodge Dodgers and the Marshalltown Bobcats here from beautiful Marshalltown High School and the Marshalltown Bobcat Baseball Diamond. David Braga along with you here this evening, our TV producer Zach Tomish on his side, as well as our camera crew Keith Stewart. And back home at the radio studio, it's Xavier Doze giving us some score updates and making sure we stay on the air. We have got a big one coming up here this evening. The Dodgers, a blowout win in Game 1, but, I think it was really because the Bobcats, they were all wearing red, so there was a little bit of back and forth there. The Bobcats now in their home blue unis for Game 2 as we'll get set to get Game 2 underway here a little bit before 7 o'clock as the Dodgers ended up finishing up Game 1 in just 4 innings. 16-0 was our final in game number 1. We'll see if the Bobcats can improve on that at all here in game number 2. As we've got our Cat Connection coming up, presented by State Farm, Tyler Prashong Agency in Marshalltown, mtownproud.com. It's Luke Stalzer here this evening with us. He was playing second base in game 1 and even got a little bit of pitching in towards the end of game 1. We'll talk to him coming up in our Cat Connection right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The Cat Connection, powered by State Farm, mtownproud.com.
It is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com. Here with Luke Stalzer, future voice of the Marshalltown Bobcats. All right, I know you're heavily involved with FFA. You've done the broadcasting angle of things. Is that kind of the cool part about going to school at Marshalltown is, you get your chance to, I know you play golf and you do a few other things, play baseball, but then FFA, you've got that whole road. You're involved with the Mid-Iowa Youth Beep team. So, a lot of opportunities for you, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the cool things that Marshalltown has is just all the opportunities that you have to get involved.
The broadcasting side of things. We had you on the morning kickstart on Kicks 101.1. I had you do a market update. You're doing a great job, by the way. Is that kind of a fun side passion for you? Long term, maybe?
Maybe not long term, but I guess you could call that just something I do for fun. I guess people say it that I'm a good talker, I guess. So my advisor saw that and said that I should do ag broadcasting, and that led me to go on radio with you guys a couple times. So
I wouldn't say I guess. I think you do a really good job. That is for sure. Being out there, whether it's sports or FFA or anything else you do in school, how do you kind of balance all that? Because you seem like a busy guy.
Oh, yeah, I definitely stay busy. I don't know. It's just a lot of making sure you get ahead in your classes, making sure you set time aside to do things. I think that's one of the biggest things, is just having that time management, knowing when you have to do things, when the deadlines are. So.
Of course, I see your family out here supporting you quite a bit. How much does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Seeing them in the stands for most of the games, it means a lot to have them there watching me play baseball.
One of the great plays we've seen on the young season so far from you against North Tama. That diving center field catch. It was our sweet play of the game. Out there, your mentality in center field, what is it to get a good read on that ball?
See ball, get ball. I mean, that's really all there is. On that play in particular, I mean, I just had a good step on the ball, and I saw it, and I'm like, all right, we're going to have to go dive for this. So went and made that play, and I had another one like that. I forget who it was against, but no, it's just making sure you get that first step going towards the ball, and it's like, all right, let's go get it. So,
dream position in baseball.
Dream position. Well, if I could be an ace out there pitching, that'd be really cool. But I'm not quite throwing 100 miles an hour. But I don't know. Center field's pretty fun, being able to go hawk down the balls. So.
Sure, and it seems like you have a lot of passion for the game of baseball. We've seen you since your 8th grade year. It seems like we should have already graduated, but you're only a junior out there. But obviously one of the elder statesmen of the baseball team. How much pride do you kind of take in being a team leader, and is there an example of how you've kind of helped one of the younger players along?
For sure. I think pride-wise, it's awesome just to see how many guys we have going out this year and seeing the team grow and develop. I think that's really cool. As for teaching younger people, I think one of the big things, Garrett Tady's standing there. I think he played second base. I used to play second base. I think I showed him some of the things like that. There's a time last night where I wanted him to call a pick. I'm like, oh, Garrett, and he had already called it. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So.
That is cool. That is an awesome thing. It's kind of like seeing your child graduate almost. I know you can't relate just yet, but maybe one day you'll look back and see that moment with Garrett right there. Luke, great job this year. We love covering you, and keep up the great work, all right?
Thank you.
And keep up the great broadcaster voice.
Thank you.
Hey, that is our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Tyler Prashong, State Farm, mtownproud.com.
From the 2018 tornado to the 2020 derecho, Marshalltown has faced adversity, but our community has become stronger and M-Town proud. At Tyler Prashong State Farm Agency in Marshalltown, we have options for home, auto, life, and business. Our goal is to give you choices that impact in a positive way. As we have found out firsthand, life is never predictable, but you should always be prepared. Head to mtownproud.com to see how we can best fit your needs. We'd love to talk to you about what makes you M-Town proud.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Welcome back to Marshalltown High School in the Marshalltown Bobcat Baseball Complex. The Fort Dodge Dodgers in town, here to take on your Marshalltown Bobcats as we get set for Game 2 here of our doubleheader with coverage on News Talk 1230 KFJB AM and 93.9 FM. And your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV, as we get set here for game number 2. Let's take a quick look here at our Sandvik starting lineups. Let Sandvik Enterprise in Marshalltown deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. First up here for the visiting Fort Dodge Dodgers, as they picked up a big win in game number 1. And they'll be led off by the same guy here in game number 2, Hayden Porter. Will be playing second base here for the Dodgers in Game 2. Colton Schultz out in center. True McBride, the left fielder, number 11, batting third. And in the cleanup spot, Bo Marsh. We learned there between the games that the balloons that you saw there in game number 1 were for Bo Marsh. It's his birthday, we've been told, someday soon. not given a specific date, not today, just someday soon. So, Bo Marsh, happy birthday to you, batting cleanup at the catcher spot for the Dodgers here in game number 2. Will McElroy will take the mound for the Dodgers, number 3. He'll bat 5th. And Davis Underberg, who pitched in game 1, will be 6th. Jackson Denclaw with that frozen rope throw from 3rd to 1st will be in the 7th spot. Tanner Peterson batting 8th, and Mason Freevert will bat 9th for the visiting Fort Dodge Dodgers. Taking a look now at the Marshalltown Bobcats starting lineup here for game number 2. It'll be Aiden Holmgren taking the leadoff spot again here in game number 2. He'll be back at his normal spot at first base in game 2. Garrett Tatey will take the bump for our second game tonight. Jalen Logsden remains in left. Madden Martin over at shortstop. Quinn McLeod will bat 5th. Out in center field, Lars Schoenfelder at catcher. Luke Stalzer batting 6th there in the second base spot. Kinnick Niederman, the designated hitter, batting 8th, and James Myron batting 9th. Trayton Gilliland out in right field will be designated hit for here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. That's our Sandvik starting lineups. As we get set for game 2 of our starting lineup, we'll be back with our keys to the game in this big doubleheader for the Bobcats. Looking to bounce back after a 16-0 defeat in game 1. We've got all your coverage coming up here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown.
Welcome back to Bobcat baseball coverage here in Marshalltown. A beautiful Thursday evening for us as we get set here a little bit before 7 o'clock for game 2 of our doubleheader. As we get set for game 2 of our doubleheader, Team USA getting set to take the pitch as they'll take on Turkey tonight in the World Cup. So I don't know that we'll be done by then, but they've got a late kickoff, so we'll see what happens here before we get Team USA. As there you get a look at the roundhouse from the baseball diamonds. A little bit of cloud coverage here this evening, but it has cooled off nicely here as we remain out of the sun here at the Bobcat baseball diamond. Time now to take a look at our first-rate real estate keys to the game. And we've got the keys to the game sponsored by First Rate Real Estate, firstrateteam.com. Fort Dodge looked like a first-rate team. They're in game number 1. Their key to the game, a tried and true. Yeah, True McBride, their leader at the plate. 9 home runs and plenty of RBIs to go around as he's got 45 coming into the doubleheader and picked up a few more in game number 1. As for the Bobcats, home sweet home. Aiden Holmgren with the responsibility of leading us off here in both games for the Bobcats this evening. And if the Bobcats look to pull the upset, they will need to get off to a fast start in this one, as they did not do so in game number 1. And Aiden Holmgren, the responsibilities here in game number 2. We've seen the Bobcats be able to hang with teams in game number 1 of doubleheaders, but have really fallen off in game number 2. We'll see if they can reverse their luck in game number 2 tonight. And it all starts with the first baseman, Aiden Holmgren, here at the Bobcat Baseball Diamond. Home sweet home. Our keys to the game brought to you by First Rate Real Estate as we get our starting lineups here at the Marshalltown Baseball Diamond before we get set for game number 2. Again, thank you to our KFJB-TV crew. Zach Tomish, our on-site producer. Keith Stewart, our camera crew, out there down the third base line. And our very own Xavier Does back in the studio. We'll step aside for the national anthem and be back for first pitch on KFJB-TV.
At Marshalltown Community School District, students don't just prepare for the future, they shape it. Embrace the lead. From academic excellence to college and career readiness, our schools support every student's journey. With strong student support, a wide range of extracurricular opportunities, engaging fine arts programs, and hands-on learning experiences. There's something here for everyone. Marshalltown Community School District, where they embrace the lead to ensure success tomorrow.
Big news from your local insurance team in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines. Assured Partners is now Gallagher Insurance, Risk Management, and Consulting. You'll still work with the same local people you know and trust. Now backed by the strength and global resources of Gallagher, a trusted name for nearly 100 years. More expertise, more solutions, stronger protection. Because we're stronger together. Stop by your local office today and discover the power of Gallagher.
The following is a presentation of Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV.
Game day.
Game day.
Game day.
Game day. Game day starts now on KFJB-TV.
The 250th anniversary of this great nation coming up this July as we hear our national anthem wrapping up from the Bobcat baseball diamond. The home team, Marshalltown Bobcats, set to take on the visiting Fort Dodge Dodgers, who took care of business in game number 1. We'll see if the Bobcats can turn the tides in game number 2 with Garrett Tatey on the mound here for the Bobcats, as he will fire in some warm-up pitches to Lars Schoenfelder, who had a fair mix of up and down in game number 1. Had the error, fired it over Luke Stalzer's head, but also had a nice throw down to second to get the runner caught stealing in game number 1 as well. We'll see if he can keep that up here in game number 2 for the Marshalltown Bobcats. There we see that throw from Schoenfelder right on the money to Luke Stalzer. Took the umpire a second to make the call, but he ended up firing the out. And that ended up ending the inning as well for the Bobcats in the field, as it was a struggle at the plate for them in game number 1. As here we see some games being played by the Dodgers. Little balancing act here for the visitors. Enter them in America's Got Talent. They got talent with the bats, that's for sure. 16 runs scored in just 4 innings for the Dodgers there in game number 1, as we get set here for our opening inning of game number 2. Just a few minutes before 7 o'clock, Lars Schoenfelder fires it down to Madden Martin at second. And we will get our first inning underway. Our first inning powered by Van Wall Equipment of Marshalltown. For everything John Deere, including equipment, parts, and service, see Van Wall Equipment today, your clear first choice. Garrett Tatey on the mound, I should say, will fire one home, and swinging immediately for the fences is Hayden Porter. Both teams tonight leading off with number 19 of the Dodgers, Hayden Porter, who had a very productive game at the plate in game number 1. We'll take ball 1 to even up the count here to start off game number 2. Chops that one down the third base line and just foul and out of the reach of James Myron. One and two, here the count. Garrett Tatey fires home to Hayden Porter. And that one hits him in the back, and Hayden Porter is aboard here in the opening inning of play. Game 2 of our doubleheader here on KFJB-TV, and a base runner aboard right off the bat, or I guess right off the back in that opening at-bat. Here comes Colton Schiltz, who had a bomb to right field over Aiden Holmgren in game number 1, just in front of our scoreboard there in right field. 320 down the right field line, and he certainly got all of it down there in right field as Garrett Tatey will check the runner at first. No real play. Here we see that last hit by pitch. Just got away from Tatey a little bit there on the inner part of the plate and ends up with a runner over at first. Tatey will step off the mound here before firing home with the 0-0 pitch. Looks over to Holmgren at first. Seen Fort Dodge be aggressive as Tatey fires home, catches the outer part of the plate for strike number 1 to Colton Schultz. Tatey quick fires over to first, not in time. Holmgren applies the tag. Porter takes off there, and that one is absolutely smashed into right field, and Colton Schultz does it again for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Another one over the head of the right fielder, this time Trayton Gilliland. And another one that Colton Schultz gets all of to put the Dodgers up 2-0 early in this one. And the Bobcats just cannot escape the early bats of the Fort Dodge Dodgers. That one immediately off the bat. Turn and look and watch it fly. Trayton Gilliland, no chance at that one over the right field fence. And Colton Schultz, back-to-back games with a home run over the Bobcats here in Marshalltown. 2-0. The Dodgers lead it in the early goings. Almost the same spot there for Colton Schultz as he puts the Dodgers up in the top of the first. We'll see now how Tatey responds with True McBride at the plate. Fires low and in the dirt for ball 1. How about the 1-0 here? Fires in there and does catch the outer part of the plate for strike 1. Good recovery pitch there from Tatey on the outer part of the plate. McBride swinging to try to make it 3-0 on that one, but can't find contact. And now ahead in the count is Garrett Tatey. The umpire comes out to check on Tatey with something there. Taps Schoenfelder on the shoulder, and we are ready for the 1-2 pitch. Garrett Tatey coming home to True McBride. Dodgers up 2-0, and that one misses inside. Just right on the line there of the left-hand or right-handed batter's box. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. And just like that, the count is full. Here to one of the, I'd say the dangerous bat for the Dodgers, but really it's been everybody at the top half of this lineup here tonight for Fort Dodge. That one is lifted high into the air in right field. Gilliland back again, and this one is off of the wall. And McBride will dig for 3. The throw comes into the cutoff man, Stalzer, who fires to third. Charging in on it is the third baseman, Myron, and luckily for the Bobcats, the backup over there behind third base will pick up the ball. That's Tatey. Good covering there from the pitcher, Garrett Tatey, or we might have had a Little League home run situation there for True McBride, who does pick up the triple, and certainly would have advanced home had there not been the heads-up play there by Tatey. But another hard-hit ball into right field by the Dodgers, and they continue to just pound the baseball here in the early goings of game number 2. Another big swing and a miss there from, this is Bo Marsh, who is celebrating a birthday soon. We were not given a day, but there are some balloons over there in the away dugout. pops this one up into right field. Charging out on it is the second baseman, Stalzer, who makes the over-the-shoulder play. Luke Stalzer, our Cat Connection, showing off the glove here in the top half of the first inning. Makes the beautiful over-the-shoulder grab, sprinting out into right field, covering some massive ground there from second base. Able to get the left hand out there and snag it, and also a quick turn to make sure McBride does not come home from third. The Bobcats have their first out recorded here in the top of the first. Tatey fires home and misses just high here on Will McElroy. Runner on third is True McBride. Looking to bring him home, Will McElroy at the plate. And he will swing over top of that one at 1-1. McElroy, a productive day at the plate in game one. Had a walk in the first inning and also a double. One hopped one to the fence in game number one and takes a pitch inside there for ball two. Tatey coming home. Swings over top of another one. That's 2-2 now for the batter McElroy. McElroy batting .346 on the year, and he'll lift this one into right center field. Charging out is Stalzer, and he will make the play again. This one just on the shallow right center grass. As Stalzer picks up the second out here of this top of the first inning. Davis Underberg to the plate now for the Dodgers. He pitched in game one, went all 4 innings, and swings over top of one for strike one of this first at-bat in game number 2. Underberg struck out, grounded out, and picked up a single in game number 1. And he'll take a pitch on the outer part of the plate for strike number 2. Tatey on the 0-2 count comes home, and he will miss just low and away on that one. As Underberg takes the fastball low and away. And a nice stop there by Schoenfelder to hold the runner at third. Tatey comes home again. This one on the outer part of the plate, picks up the strikeout, looking, and a good job there from Garrett Tatey to work himself out of that jam after giving up the home run, gets a pair of flyouts to second, and strikes out Davis Underberg. We head to the bottom of the first inning, powered by Van Well Equipment of Marshalltown. From lawn care and turf equipment to agriculture and constructive solutions, your clear first choice on KFJB-TV.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Gear up for game day with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print. Spring and summer sports are here. We have you covered with apparel, awards, embroidery, with many options and ideas. Adlet Engraving and Screen Print, 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Welcome back to your home for Bobcat baseball. It's KFJB-TV. Will McElroy flew out to second baseman Luke Stalzer there in the top of the first, and he will take the mound for the Fort Dodge Dodgers as the Bobcats will head to the plate. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Both of the runs coming off of another moonshot from Colton Schiltz, the center fielder. Homered in game 1 to right field and decided that he needed a double. And by a double, I mean a second home run over the right field fence. Here you see it. Everybody knew it off the bat. Gilliland trailing back to the fence, and no shot at it. Trayton Gilliland, unfortunately not 12 feet tall. Could not make a play on that one, and the Dodgers lead this one 2-0. Aiden Holmgren will lead us off here in the bottom of the first inning, Over at first base for the Bobcats here in game number 2. Garrett Tatey will bat second and Jalen Logston third. If we get to the cleanup man, it's Madden Martin. First pitch to Holmgren is low for ball 1. Second offering here to Holmgren. That one is in there for a strike. Seen the Bobcats be able to hang in one of 2 games with a bunch of different teams, including Des Moines East and the Ames Little Cyclones here as of late. We'll see if they can turn the tides here in game number 2 as that pitch just misses in to Aiden Holmgren. It's Will McElroy. That one popped up into the air to the second baseman, and the play is made there. Hayden Porter will pick up the out. Garrett Tatey coming now to the plate. He did not see too much action there in game number 1, but none of the Bobcats really did as he went 0 for 2. And he'll pop that one down the first base line and fouled way out of play. 0-1, the count to the Bobcat pitcher. Big cut, but no dice on that one for Tatey as he's now quickly down 0-2 to Will McElroy. That one squeaks by the catcher, Bo Marsh, and rolls down to the backstop for ball number 1. We saw those pass balls hurt the Bobcats in game number 1, and the Dodgers, the first to miss one at the plate here in game number 2. McElroy on the 1-2. That one is a ripped foul down towards the batting cage. Down the first base line and out of play as Garrett Tatey stays alive down in the count 1-2. Couple of good rips here from the Bobcats in the early going. We'll see if they can straighten them out here in the bottom of the first inning. Tatey does straighten out on that one, but it's straight to the second baseman, Porter, who makes the play over to Mason Freevert. And the Bobcats are 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
For the Bobcats, number 23, left fielder,
Brings up the left fielder, Jalen Logsden, who will step into the left-handed batter's box and look to get on base as the Bobcats' first base runner. McElroy comes home, and Logsden rips one down the right field line, but that one is curling foul, and it will land in the bullpen for the Bobcats for strike number 1. A long strike for Jalen Logsden, but the Bobcats getting the bat on the ball here to start game 2, just not finding the holes in the defense. Pitch goes low and in the dirt for ball 1 here to Logsden. Another ball contacted. This one fouled up into foul territory. Third baseman Jackson Declaw comes over to make the play, and the Bobcats go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll head to the second on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Dodgers leading this one 2-0 as we head to the second inning. Both runs come off the bat of Colton Schultz, a home run to right field in the top of the first inning, following a Hayden Porter hit by pitch, and that is where we stand. Good recovery from Garrett Tatey at the mound after giving up a triple to True McBride. Got 2 consecutive flyouts to Luke Stalzer at second, and then struck out Davis Underberg for the third out in the first inning. Leading us off here in the second inning, it'll be Jackson Denclaw, Tanner Peterson, and Mason Freevert as Denclaw takes pitch number 1 up and in for a ball. Pitch 2 from Tatey. That one is hooked down the first base line. A great stop by Gilliland. He does not make the throw, though, to Garrett Tatey, trying to make the run over to first base. A tough play there from Gilliland and Tatey, who slipped as he got to the dirt, trying to reach back and snag the ball from Gilliland. A good stop from the first baseman, just unable to make the throw over to Tatey. A rough spot to be in there on the ground, facing away from the bag, but good enough to hold the runner to 1 here in the top of the second inning. Denclaw now at first. Tatey will check over at him. Looks a second time and will fire over. Tag not in time. Tatey comes home with this one, and that one will be in the dirt at the plate. And we'll miss low for ball number 1 to Tanner Peterson, who is out at shortstop for the Dodgers in game number 2 here. That one chopped to the shortstop. Madden Martin fires over for 1. Can Stalzer make the play over at first? He got him. A double play from the Bobcats, a 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, 2 outs here recorded in the top of the second inning. A great play there from Martin to snag it. Stalzer makes the turn over to first. Got him in time. Good stretch there from Holmgren to make sure he was on the bag as well. 2 down now for the Bobcats after the 6-4-3. Mason Freevert now up to bat, the first baseman for the Dodgers. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. That one chopped to the shortstop. Martin will see if he can make the play again. Fires over to first. Holmgren, who makes the pick at the bag, and the Bobcats get out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for the Bobcats. Their first of the evening as they limit the damage. Dodgers still lead this one, though, 2-0 on News Talk 1230 KFJB AM 93.9 FM, and your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto, it's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Well, the Bobcats pick up the 6-4-3 double play. Take a look at it over to Madden Martin, as this is the 3rd out of the inning. A nice pick there by Aiden Holmgren over at first. Picks up the 3rd out of the inning, and also had a nice 6-4-3 double play here, started by Madden Martin. The flip over to Luke Stalzer, taps the base, and fires to Trayton Gilliland for the 6-4-3 double play. And here he is, Madden Martin, the cleanup man for the Bobcats, will lead us off here in the bottom of the second. The Cats trailing this one at 2-0. Their first time tonight not allowing a run in an inning. Hopefully a sign of things to come for the Bobcats as we head into the bottom of the second. 1-0 the count from McElroy coming home to Martin, and that one will go straight behind the batter. So now 2-0 count quickly to the Bobcats shortstop. And it looked like that one very close to the bat, as we've seen already here tonight. Nice breaking ball there from Will McElroy to fire it in there for a strike. Martin still ahead in the count, 2-1, but like I was saying, we've seen a a foul ball off of a still bat already here tonight for the Dodgers. And it looked like anytime the ball goes behind the batter, you think that there's always a chance for that. 3-1 now the count as it skips away from the catcher, Bo Marsh. Madden Martin swings a little bit late on that one to even up the count and bring it to full at 3-2. Payoff pitch coming from Will McElroy. Check swing, they'll go over to first. He did not go, and Madden Martin is aboard for the Bobcats. Their first base runner of the game 2 is a walk drawn by the shortstop Martin, who picked up a pair of putouts in that previous half inning. See if the Bobcats can do anything with a base runner here. As squares to bunt, and that is a terrific bunt dropped down by Quinn McLeod. He will get thrown out at first, and now Martin stumbles rounding second, and he is in a pickle, and he will be thrown out at third. And just like that, 2 outs away here for the Dodger defense in the bottom half of the third. Martin looked like he was going to try to come back to second, just stumbled a little bit trying to get back to the bag, and by then the first baseman, Mason Freevert, yeah, you see just there, he stumbles as he starts to go back. Freevert had already made the play, and Tanner Peterson and Jackson Denklaw hunt him down for the second out, and just like that, 2 gone there, and Lars Schoenfelder, big swinging strike there in the first pitch of that one. We'll have to duck underneath that one. Schoenfelder caught looking on another breaking ball, and that'll bring us to a 1-2 count. And he's going to pick up the strikeout here to end the second inning. The Bobcats get a base runner, but an unfortunate turn there at second leads to a double play, and the Bobcats do not bring home anything in the second. 2-0, Dodgers lead it as we head to the third on KFJB-TV.
Gear up for game day with Adlin Engraving and Screen Print. Spring and summer sports are here. We have you covered with apparel, awards, embroidery, with many options and ideas. Adlin Engraving and Screen Print, 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Eat at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and support the Bobcats when you order the Bobcat Burger. 2 juicy quarter-pound beef patties stacked with crispy bacon, sautéed onions, and a mouth-watering blend of American, cheddar, Jack, and Swiss cheeses, all on a toasted bun with fresh shredded lettuce. And here's the best part. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold goes to Marshalltown High School activities. Satisfy your burger craving and support the Bobcats at the same time. Only at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
We will see the top half of this Fort Dodge lineup that has done quite a bit of damage to the Bobcats over these 2 games so far, as Colton Schultz has picked up home runs in back-to-back games. Here you see that double play, Madden Martin to Luke Stalzer to Aiden Holmgren for the 6-4-3. That was the last time the Dodgers were at the plate. Following the single by Jackson Denklaw, Madden Martin, a pair of putouts in that second inning. And we will head to the third. The Dodgers lead this one 2-0 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. They've got 3 hits tonight. The Bobcats remain hitless. No errors by either team through 2 innings. And we'll see Hayden Porter back up at the top of the lineup here for the Dodgers in the third inning. And he pops that one sky high to Luke Stalzer at second. Stays under it, and he will pick up the out. Stalzer, a busy night so far at second base here in game number 2. That's his third out recorded from his second base spot this evening. As here we see that long 2-run shot. Colton Schultz got all of it over the right field fence. 320 down the right field line, and he had a few feet to spare on that one as Trayton Gilliland watches it fly over towards Olive Street here in Marshalltown. As that brings up Colton Schultz looking to do it again to the Bobcat defenses. He has already homered twice tonight, once in game 1, once in game 2. We'll get the sign here. And if the two games tonight have told us anything, it's green light for Colton Schultz here in the third inning. Pitch one from Tatey. On the outer part of the plate, just misses wide for ball one. Tatey coming home with the 1-0. Curveball misses just out and up. Looks like we've got some warming up. Jackson Denclaw in the Dodger bullpen. And it looks like we're going to see an intentional walk to Schultz. So he'll go ahead and head over to first base. That'll bring up True McBride, who's got 10 home runs on the year. As we got to look there at Jackson Denclaw warming up the bullpen. It would make sense for the Dodgers. Runner goes, and that one is fouled off, so Schultz will return to first base. Denclaw, the one with that frozen rope from third to first there in game number 1, so it does not surprise me at all that he could be getting some pitches and some innings out there on the mound here in game number 2 as Tatey ahead in this one, 0-1 to True McBride. Schultz not a biggest lead over there at first as they will go ahead and check over at him. Tagged by Gilliland, or excuse me, Holmgren there at first in game 2 here. Will apply the tag, but no real play over there. Schultz did take off on the first pitch, so they'll check at him again, and again, Schultz back in plenty of time to the first base bag. Goes home, and True McBride lifts one into right center field. Gilliland is back, and that one is gone. True McBride, his 11th home run of the season, and Colton Schultz waiting for him to round third there as they will both touch home, and the Dodgers 4 runs on a pair of hits, one from Colton Schultz and one now from True McBride, who clears the bases. Colton Schultz will score as well, and a pair of home runs for the Dodgers here as Schultz takes off for second, and he knew it was a fly ball just based on the sound. He did not know until he got to second that one was over the right center field fence for the Dodgers' second home run of the game. That one bends in there for a strike in front of Bo Marsh. That one ripped in the air to left. That'll be a fair ball in front of Jalen Logsdon, who will have to chase it to the wall. That'll be extra bases for Marsh, who will stop in at second. And the Dodgers bats continue here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. Bo Marsh aboard and in scoring position. Just one out here so far in the top of the third inning. Number 6 will come in as a courtesy runner here for the Dodgers. That's Cal Peterson will take second in place for the catcher Marsh. It'll also bring up Will McElroy, the opposing pitcher here in game number 2. Takes ball 1. I'll throw back to second, and good little tag attempt there from Stalzer, just not in time as Peterson able to get back. This one, Cal Peterson out there on the bases for the Dodgers. Takes a big lead over at second. That one gets into the dirt, but Schoenfelder able to stop it from getting by him. And we'll hold Cal Peterson at second. Peterson, an effective base runner for the Dodgers so far this season, as that one is hammered into left center field, and it is caught by the center fielder, McLeod. Will advance the runner. Bo Marsh will advance to third, but that is a long fly ball out. Excuse me, yeah, Cal Peterson, on third. The courtesy runner will advance. Will McElroy, a long fly ball to the center fielder. Quinn McLeod brings up the pitcher from Game 1, Davis Underberg, who is in right for this game number 2, and he'll take a pitch inside for ball 1. That one on the ground, hot shot to Madden Martin. He'll make the glove stop, fire over to first, and he will pick up the out, the 6-3 put out for Madden Martin. So the Bobcats avoid a catastrophe again here in the third, but True McBride living up to our keys to the game, tried and true, as here you see Madden Martin with the play over to Holmgren, but not before tried and true McBride gives the Dodgers 2 more runs. It's 4-0, as there you see it. Taken off was Colton Schultz, and he did not have to sprint after that contact from True McBride. 4-0, Dodgers lead it here on your home for the Cats. News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Production of today's game is made possible by the Home Rental Center in Marshalltown. NeedItRentIt.net. Keith Stewart out there on the scaffolding for us down the third base line, getting us all of the shots of the field as we head to the bottom of the third inning. The Dodgers leading this one 4-0. 5 hits for the Dodgers, and including a pair of home runs. One from Colton Schultz and one from True McBride, as Bobcats in a hole here in the bottom of the third. Luke Stalzer up to bat, takes a ball 1 to lead off this bottom of the third inning. The Dodgers leading at 4-0, and Stalzer takes a pitch low for ball number 2 as well. That one misses high, does not break enough for McElroy on the mound, and Stalzer ahead in this one 3-0. He will go ahead and take a strike. Bobcats have been a little hard-pressed to find some base runners in this one, so no surprise that not swinging a whole heck of a lot on 3-0. That one just catches the inner lower corner, and just like that, we have got a full count to Luke Stalzer, the leadoff man here in the third inning. A little check swing foul ball down the first base line to stay alive. Stalzer batting in the 7th spot here in game number 2. Has had an active night out there in second, and he'll lift this one into center field. Tailing back is the center fielder, Colton Schultz, and he will make the play out there in center. Another good contact shot there for the Bobcats, just have not been able to find the holes to get the base runners aboard as Stalzer is retired. That'll bring up Kinnick Niederman, the designated hitter, here for the Bobcats. Big cut and a miss over top of strike number 1 on the breaking ball on the low outside part of the plate. That one lifted to the third baseman, and charging in to make the play, Jackson Denklaw will make it, and 2 are gone here for the Bobcats already in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up James Myron, as here we get a look at it. Jackson Denklaw having some fun out there on the hot corner as Myron takes strike 1 in his first at-bat in game number 2. That one also in there for a strike, and very quickly Myron down 0-2 in this one. And a bit of a struggle for Myron at the plate here as of late. Batting just 128 here so far on the year. Struck out 23 times coming into this doubleheader, looking to avoid another one here on the 1-2 pitch. That one fouled back and out of play. And he will, in fact, just stay alive. Here down 1-2 in the count. McElroy misses high to even up the count. 2-2 now as we have cooled off, and we are sitting pretty here in Marshalltown at the Marshalltown High School Baseball Complex. That one skips past the catcher Marsh, and the umpire tails back a couple steps. And we have got ourselves a full count here. James Myron at the plate, battling back from being down 1-2 in this one. Fouled a pitch off. He's taken a couple pitches out of the zone, and now the payoff pitch will catch the top part of the zone. Myron thought it was ball 4, and the home plate umpire says not so fast. A strikeout, the first of the evening for the pitcher McElroy as we head to the top of the 4th inning. There you see that pitch, just catches the top part of the zone. Myron thought it was ball 4. Umpire says no, sir. And we will head to the 4th on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Welcome back to coverage of Bobcat baseball. Time now for a Central State Bank scoreboard update. Brought to you by Central State Bank with locations in Ames State Center and West Des Moines. Thank you to our radio producer, Xavier Does. Council Bluffs Lincoln over Council Bluffs Jefferson 9-2, and Appleton Parkersburg leading Union 1-0. Also a quick final for you. Grinnell over West Delaware 11-1, and Sadell over Hampton Dumont 7-5. Don Bosco 13-7. All of these are finals here in the early goings of our Thursday evening. It's 4-0 Fort Dodge here on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard as Garrett Tatey, 2 consecutive strikes here to start off the top of the 4th inning. The Bobcats trailing this one 4-0. Jackson Denclaw at the plate, and he will rip one up the middle, skips by the pitcher Tatey and into center field, and Denclaw aboard with a base hit up the middle. This has been a dangerous spot for the Bobcats, as runner on first has meant a home run coming. So that is what has been the case. Both Hayden Porter on base to start the game led to a Colton Schultz home run, and then Schultz got on board with a walk, and True McBride brought everybody home. This time a free base for the runner Denclaw, as he was stealing, but the ball skipped past Schoenfelder at the plate anyway to make his jaunt over to second much easier on him. Runner in scoring position here for the Dodgers. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Tatey on a 1-0 count will come home to Tanner Peterson, and he will actually fire back to second. Closer play than maybe Denclaw wanted, but he is back in safe at second. We remain 1-0 the count. Tatey to Tanner Peterson. Come home with this one, and he will catch the outer part of the plate to even up the count at 1 apiece. Tatey steps off the mound here with the count evened up, and Making sure the runner over at second, Denclaw, not getting any funny ideas over there in scoring position. Tatey will come home. That one lifted in the air to left field. Charging in on it, Jalen Logston. He will not be able to get there in time. And a shallow left field single there for Tanner Peterson will advance Denclaw to just 90 feet away from the Dodgers' 5th run of the game. Another hit here allowed by Tatey. Dodgers up to 7 now on the evening. Still just the 1 strikeout so far for Tatey, who, similarly to our first game, and Madden Martin has been able to find some good sections of innings, but has not really had too much of a success story throughout an inning, with the exception being the 2nd inning. He got a nice double play started by the aforementioned Madden Martin. As he'll come home here with the 0-0 pitch. That one bunted down the first base line and well fouled towards first baseman Aiden Holmgren. Oh, and 1 now the count to Mason Freevert, the first baseman for the Dodgers here in Game 2. Tatey comes home with it. That one swung on and chopped straight back between the legs of Schoenfelder. Checking on Schoenfelder here, making sure he's all good after that one fouled off the bottom of the bat and just, it's like maybe it caught him in the left arm there. Or maybe the leg? It's hard to tell from that angle, but Schoenfelder getting checked out there at home plate. Colton Hankey out to talk with him. Garrett Tatey coming in from the mound to check on his catcher as well. As he puts the helmet back on, looks like he's ready to go behind the plate. Count 0-2 to Mason Freevert. Batting .385 on the year with 4 singles, 1 double. Also 4 RBIs, looking for that 5th one here, as he will foul that one back into the backstop. Stays alive, down 0-2 in the count. Tatey looking for that 2nd strikeout here of the evening. Runners on the corners. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. The Dodgers up in this one 4-0 and threatening with Mason Freevert at the plate. 0-2 the count, and that one will miss outside and a little high as well. 1-2 now. Tatey comes home, runner goes, and that one will be chopped foul, so Peterson will head back to first. Jackson Denclaw waiting on third. As Freevert continues to battle at the plate, still down in the count 1-2. Freevert 4 strikeouts at the plate so far this year. Tatey will check the runner over at first, and in doing so, the runner at third, Denclaw, takes an extra step, but does not bother attempting a throw. As Tatey comes home on the 1-2, runner goes again. This one skips away from Schoenfelder. Looked like maybe he was looking to pick up and pop there just before the glove received the ball entirely, and just like that, the Dodgers pick up another run on a passed ball here by the Bobcats, and Peterson advances to second. Freevert now evens up the count 2-2. As Tatey looks to come home here. 2-2 the count. He'll fire back to second. Tag is applied, but just a little late on that one was Luke Stalzer. Bobcats have been close on a couple of these pickoff attempts, especially going back to second base, but just unable to find that extra step needed. as Tatey fires home. This one misses low to bring the count to full, and we will have ourselves a payoff pitch to the batter, Mason Freevert. That one is ripped down the third base line, and the home plate umpire says foul ball. That was ever so slightly foul down the third base line, as that one skipped by the third baseman, James Myron, and into left field, but just on the foul side of the third base line, and run back the payoff pitch. Runner on second, Tanner Peterson on the payoff pitch from Tatey. And he will plunk Mason Freevert. That's the second hit batter of this second game this evening. I'll put a second runner on here for the Dodgers. Still nobody out. Back to the top of the lineup, it's Hayden Porter, who was the other Dodger to get hit by a pitch in this one. As we'll have a meeting at the mound with Garrett Tatey. In a bit of a bind here. The Bobcats down 5-0 in this one. Tatey worked through a flawless second inning. Did give up the single to Jackson Denclaw, but then a ground ball out. Tanner Peterson, it grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. And then Mason Freevert, who you saw just got plunked and head over to first, grounded out to the shortstop, Madden Martin, as well. But other than that, the Dodgers have been pretty productive, particularly at the start of innings. Porter with a hit by pitch to lead us off. Then Colton Schultz, the home run, and True McBride followed that up with a triple before Tatey settled in. And then in the second inning, a single before the double play and the ground out. Then in the third inning, a walk, a home run, and a double at the front half of that inning before the fly out and the ground out as well. As we've got runners on first and second. Nobody out here for the Dodgers as they lead this one 5-0. And threatening some more here as they get back to the explosive top of this lineup. Hayden Porter looking to do some more damage as he came around to score on the Schultz home run in Game 2. He also came around to score on the Schultz home run in Game 1. Tatey comes home. That one popped up and lifted foul. I believe that'll get back and out of play, and it will. Fan not quite able to secure the ball over there in the stands, but we're not playing banana ball, so would not have been an out, even if he made the snag. No harm, no foul. No harm, yes foul. Finally got a chuckle out of our producer, Zach Tomish, for that one. 0-1 the count to the leadoff batter, Hayden Porter. Tatey goes breaking ball up in the zone, but does not quite drop enough, and that'll even up the count. One apiece here. Still nobody gone in the top of the fourth inning here for the Dodgers. Bobcats in quite the pickle here with Tatey on the mound, and he'll just miss the zone on that one as well. 2-1. Now the count to Porter. We've seen the Bobcats be able to hang with teams in the first game of doubleheaders. Have not seen them stick around in the second game. This one seems to be the reverse of that. We saw Bobcats really struggle in Game 1, dropping that one 16-0 in 4 innings. This one 5-0 currently in the fourth. Tatey on the mound. 7 hits here for the Dodgers, looking for their 8th. 2-1 count. Tatey coming home. That one catches the outer part of the plate to even up the count, and Tatey looking for that first out. An elusive first out here in fourth inning, as well as an elusive first out here in the top of the order. He did get Porter to fly out to Luke Stalzer there in the third inning on a ball that I was not sure was going to come down and might have gotten lost in the stratosphere, but it did come down to Luke Stalzer, who made the play, and we have got ourselves a full count now to the leadoff man, Porter. Runners already on first and second. Looking to take off on this one on the full count. Payoff pitch coming home, and that one ripped up the middle and takes an awkward bounce over Luke Stalzer. They'll send the lead runner home. No, they'll hold the runner as first baseman Holmgren came in to cut it off, and a good Good play there made in center by McLeod to charge up on that one and prevent the run from coming home, but just an awkward spot there for both Tatey and Stalzer. It just squeaked by the glove of Tatey, who tried to get a glove out on it. You'll see here a rocket right back at him. He tries to get something on it, just can't quite get there, and then a super awkward bounce there in the grass, skips over the head of Luke Stalzer, and just an unfortunate bounce there for the Bobcats. It looked like Luke was on line for it, just an awkward skip there on the edge of the grass, and now the bases are loaded for the man that you don't want him loaded for, as that one is sky high into shallow right. Luke Stalzer back for it. He will make the play, and they will not tag the runner as Stalzer puts one on the money to the catcher, Schoenfelder. And the Bobcats do find that first out of this fourth inning. So here you see the throw from Stalzer. I mean, that's about as good as you could ask from shallow right field to hold the runner, and it's the second time now the Bobcats have made a nice play to hold the runner at third, but still bases loaded jam here for Tatey at the mound as he'll fire a strike into True McBride. Not the section of the lineup you want to see, as here you see Stalzer trailing back into shallow right, makes the catch, is able to set and fire home. Here you see Tatey firing home on the 0-1. That one check swing foul ball down the first base line, and this is a big spot here for Tatey. Up in the count 0-2 to True McBride, who has already lifted one over the right center field wall in game 2 of this doubleheader. 3 home runs total on the night for the Dodgers, 1 in game 1, 2 here in game 2, and a big spot for Tatey. Trying to get out of this powerful front half of the lineup as he'll fire home on the 0-2. That one is crushed in the air to right field. Another high fly ball. Gilliland should be able to sit under this one. He will. That will tag up the runner at third. So a sacrifice fly there from McBride will bring home another run, but Bobcats do avoid total catastrophe. Peterson comes home from third. And also advancing on the throw was Mason Freevert, who goes from second to third on this one. 2 outs now for the Bobcats, trailing 6-0 after being in a bases-loaded, no-out jam. Garrett Tatey has gotten a couple fly ball outs here. Some solid contact from the Dodgers, just not quite deep enough like they were in the previous innings. As Bo Marsh got a hold of one in the previous at-bat, a double for him. And he'll be looking to continue that, because I think if he finds 2 bases again, might see 4 up there on the scoreboard, as Schoenfelder fakes the throw to second, will go to third, and not biting at all. Was the runner at third there, Mason Freevert. Not fooled at all was Freevert on that one. As Tatey comes home, that one is in the air to right field. Can Gilliland get to it? No, it'll one-hop him, and they will send the runner home. And that'll be a couple runs scored here for the Dodgers. Running on contact there with 2 outs, and they will, in fact, put up a 4 here on the Marshalltown Highview scoreboard, doubling their run total in this inning up to 8-0. Now the Dodgers lead it. Courtesy runner coming in for the catcher, Bo Marsh. It's number 6. Cal Peterson again in to run for the catcher. Runner on first, 2 outs. It's Will McElroy. A couple of fly ball outs in this game, 2. We'll see if Tatey can work his way around him again. Runner goes, and that is a great throw again from Schoenfelder, but sliding just underneath the tag is Cal Peterson. Just got underneath that one. Another great throw there from Schoenfelder, and a good tag applied there by Luke Stalzer as well, but just getting underneath it. Cal Peterson there at second. Tatey coming home here on the 0-1 count. That one is low. As here we get a look at our Tyler Prashong State Farm replay. Oh, it looks like Stalzer actually slipped out of his glove there, I believe, as well. I think he would have been in there in time anyway, but certainly something to maybe take a look at. Yeah, here Stalzer, it just slips through his glove, and you can see Stalzer a little frustrated there. I think Stalzer thinks that if he made the catch there, he's going to be out, and he definitely could have been. That was certainly a close play over at second as Tatey fires home for a strike. 1-2 now the count to McElroy, the opposing pitcher here. Dodgers leading this one 8-0 in the top of the fourth inning, and that one just misses outside to even up the count. The runner Cal Peterson over at second, the courtesy runner for the catcher Bo Marsh. Looking to come around and be the Dodgers' 9th run of the game. That one lifted in the air to right. Gilliland's not going to be able to get to this. That's going to drop just foul for the Bobcat defense. As the Bobcats get away with one there down the first base side, just ever so slightly slicing foul as McElroy stays alive on the 2-2 count. Tatey looking to get out of this one. That one is lifted up in the air to center field, chasing back Quinn McLeod. He will make the catch on the run, and the Bobcats get out of the fourth inning. Not before the Dodgers strike the scoreboard again. 4 runs here in the top of the fourth for the Dodgers as they double their lead. Nice play in the outfield by Quinn McLeod to end it and send us to the bottom half of the fourth. You're home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way. Welcome back to Bobcat Baseball here on KFJB-TV. The Dodgers lead this one 8-0 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Bobcats looking for their first hit of the game. No errors by either team in this one. It has been a struggle at the plate for the Bobcats. Now, I am no stranger to the commentator curse. I've seen it on KFJB-TV. I've been a part of it. But our TV producer Zach Tomish gave me a stat, and I'm going to wait until after the game. As we get strike one called here on the leadoff batter, Aiden Holmgren, for the Bobcats in this bottom half of the fourth. It is a very intriguing stat, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ruin it for the kid that's out there. Aiden Holmgren takes ball one to even up the count here in the bottom of the fourth. That one, a liner into right field, will drop in front of the right fielder here this evening. That is Davis Underberg over in right. And just like that. See, I told you, commentator curse. Bobcats didn't have a hit. Now they have a hit. First one of the game up there on the board for the Bobcats as stepping into the batter's box now, Garrett Tatey. Grounded out in his first at-bat to the second baseman, Porter. We'll be looking to advance the runner here in the fourth inning. Now ahead in the count 2-0. That one in there for a strike. That one catches just the outer part of the plate, and 2-2 now the count here to the pitcher Tatey. Well, I'm sure we'll be asking for that strike call when he returns to the mound. That one he battles off down the first base line and out of play. Two and two count coming home. That one misses low and away, and Tatey has worked the count full here for the Bobcats at the plate, Will McElroy. Looking to avoid a second base runner, and he will not do so. Tatey takes ball 4 up in the zone. And we've got Bobcat runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning with Jalen Logsdon coming up to bat for the Bobcats. Logsdon batting at .353 here on the year for the Bobcats. One of the guys that you're going to want at the plate as that one skips away from the catcher. Throw over to third is there, but wide of the bag, and the Bobcats 2 runners in scoring position now on the pass ball. Bo Marsh, a heck of a job corralling it and getting the throw over to third, but just a little wide of the target, and the Bobcats threatening here for the first time tonight. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, trailing 8-0. Here in game 2 of our doubleheader, Logsdon takes a strike down the heart of the plate on that one. Count evens up at 1-1. That one up the middle, and it will score a run as Logsdon tries to beat out the throw. Will not do so, but Bobcats are on the board following the ground out. Jalen Logsdon gets the Bobcats their first run of the game. And Garrett Tatey will advance to third as well. So the Bobcats continue to have a runner in scoring position. Now trailing this one 8-1. Good pitch there from McElroy. Catches Martin looking for strike 1 here of the at-bat. Pitch 2, also a good one on the outer part of the plate, and McElroy dealing at the plate here against his opposing shortstop, Madden Martin. That one does just miss the outer part of the zone, as 3 times in the cookie jar was one too many. Runner on third will not be brought home on that one as Martin strikes out swinging. That'll be the second out here for the Bobcats at the plate in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 8-1, the Dodgers lead it up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Quinn McLeod now at the plate, and he's got to duck out of the way of that one. A pitch up and in. McLeod, a good job avoiding the heat. That one misses low and away. So opposite corners missed by McElroy in this at-bat by McLeod, who recorded the last out of the previous half inning out there in center. And who has had quite a busy day in the middle of the outfield, taking strike 1 here, 2-1 now the count. That one fouled straight back at us. Count now 2-2. As here we take a look at that play by McLeod, ranging over into left center, or right center, excuse me. Making the nice snag on the run. We'll see if he can improve the day at the plate, and that one looping over to third, and not deep enough as Jackson Denclaw makes the play. He's had a busy day at the hot corner for the Dodgers, but the Bobcats get on the board. A sacrifice ground out by Jalen Logsdon gets the Cats their first run of the day. It's 8-1 Dodgers on Bobcat coverage of baseball on KFJB-TV.
Big news from your local insurance team in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines. Assured Partners is now Gallagher Insurance, Risk Management, and Consulting. You'll still work with the same local people you know and trust. Now backed by the strength and global resources of Gallagher, a trusted name for nearly 100 years. More expertise, more solutions, stronger protection. Because we're stronger together. Stop by your local office today and discover the power of Gallagher.
We have got some Timmy Trumpets playing at the Bobcat baseball diamond. Edwin Diaz not in sight, I don't believe. It's still the Bobcats out there taking the field as We will continue to work our way through this game 2 of our doubleheader. The Dodgers took game 1 16-0 in 4 innings. We are into the 5th here in game number 2. The Dodgers, though, continuing their hot streak at the plate. It's 8-1 in this one. A pair of home runs in game number 2 after a single home run in game number 1. Coming up to the plate, it's Davis Underberg. Garrett Tatey still on the mound for the Bobcats here into the 5th inning, and he will fire a strike on the outer part of the plate. He did, in fact, get the outside pitch call from the home plate umpire, so I guess all's fair. He'll pick up a swinging strike on that one, no doubt about it. 0-2 the count now to Underberg. As Tatey comes home with the 0-2, and he will pick up the strikeout, and Schoenfelder applies the tag. Quick 3-pitch strikeout from Tatey to start the 5th inning, his 2nd strikeout on the evening, both of which Davis Underberg.
Now batting the Dodger pitcher,
Jackson
Jackson Denclaw.
Denclaw. He will lift that one hard and deep into center, but ranging back in time, you guessed it, Quinn McLeod. The ever-reliable center fielder ranges back. Got a good first jump on that one. And Denclaw is retired.
Number 23, Tanner Peterson.
Bringing up Tanner Peterson, who has a single on the day, also grounded into that 6-4-3 double play in the top of the 2nd inning. As Tatey looks to work through a quick 5th. That one, though, misses up and in for ball 1. As it looks like they've gone final over on the softball diamond. Don't have a score for you from game 2. As Garrett Tatey picks up a strike on the outer part of the plate. Really liking that outside corner. As take a look at that 6-4-3 double play. Nice job by Madden Martin, Luke Stalzer, and Aiden Holmgren wraps it up, and a 1-2 count now to Peterson. That one lifted in the air to right. It's arching foul, and it will drop near the Bobcat bullpen into foul territory. Tanner Peterson staying alive at the plate. Down in the count 1-2. Tatey comes home on the 1-2. That one, a line shot. Right center field. Guess who? Quinn McLeod in center field. A busy night continues for the Bobcat outfield, but this time no damage done in the top of the 5th inning. We'll head to the Bobcat half at the plate on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Into the Bobcat half of the 5th we go. The Dodgers lead this one 8-1 up on your Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. And we did have a final score from the softball complex just across the field here. 10-0. The Fort Dodge Dodgers win that one in 5. Fort Dodge, of course, the 3rd-ranked team in Class 4A, I believe. And they certainly showed it, flexing those muscles out on the softball diamond as well. The Dodgers 26-7 here on the baseball half as they picked up the win in game 1 here, 16-0. And game number 2 rolling their way as well. 8-1. The Bobcats have extended this one, though, into the 5th inning. And our Schoenfelder shows bunt but pulls back and will take ball 1 in the Bobcat half of the 5th. Takes a strike on the inner part of the plate as we continue Bobcat baseball coverage. That one catches the outer part of the plate. Now Schoenfelder behind in the count 1-2. It has been confirmed, by the way, Team USA into the knockout round will be playing Bosnia in the World Cup as Schoenfelder gives it his all on that cut but cannot find contact, and some visible frustration from the Bobcat catcher there as he goes down swinging. Here for the first out in the Bobcat half of the 5th. It's Luke Stalzer who's had a busy night at second base. Both on pickoff attempts and on some fly balls headed his way. And he will return the favor. A fly ball down the first base side, and over to make the play is Mason Freevert. As I did not even catch the pitching change, but there has been one. Jackson Denclaw is pitching for the Dodgers here into the 5th inning. We saw him warming up in the bullpen earlier, and he is now into the game. Is it time to change out your air filter? Check out the planned service programs from Ethington Heating and Cooling that helps ensure your heating and cooling systems are ready to go. Ethington Heating and Cooling, they're not comfortable until you are. Denclaw comes home on the 1-0, and he will find the strike zone facing Luke Stalzer. That one popped straight back, and it will just stay in play inside the backstop, but no play made. One on the inner part of the plate for a ball. Kinnick Niederman at the plate. 2-2 now the count. He lifts that one up into the air into shallow right field, and ranging back to make the play, Hayden Porter at second base. And just like that, the Bobcats go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th. We'll head to the 6th inning. The Dodgers leading this one 8-1 on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome back to Bobcat Baseball here from Marshalltown High School and the Marshalltown Bobcat Baseball Complex. It's been a bit of a struggle for the Bobcats at the plate tonight in this one as they trail it 8-1 following a 16-0 defeat in game number 1. Of course, Bobcats softball taking place just across the way, and it does not sound like they fared much better. Of course, Fort Dodge, a dominant top 5 team in Iowa high school softball here in their class of Class 4A. 8-1, the Dodgers lead it here on the baseball diamond, and it looks like we have got a pitching change for the Bobcats. Is it time to change out your air filter? Check out the plan to service programs from Ethington Heating and Cooling that helps ensure your heating and cooling systems are ready to go. Ethington Heating and Cooling, they're not comfortable until you are. It's Jalen Logsden in from left field, The lefty will take the mound for the Bobcats. We'll go ahead and make that change, as I cannot quite tell who's out in left now. But it is Jalen Logsden on the mound for the Bobcats here as we head to the 6th inning. Looks like the rest of the Bobcat infield has remained the same, with James Myron at the hot corner. Madden Martin at short, Luke Stalzer at second, and Aiden Holmgren at first. I wonder if it was just a direct swap here, as well, it's like Garrett Tatey has moved to catcher now. I wonder if that's Lars out in left field then, here as we start the top of the 6th inning. A little bit of a switch up here for the Bobcats. Garrett Tatey now behind the plate. Jalen Logston now at pitcher. I believe Lars Schoenfelder now out in left for the Bobcats, but we'll have to double check on that one. Infield is the same though for the Bobcats. Holmgren at first, Stalzer second, Martin at short, and James Myron over at third. As we work into the top of the 6th inning. And we'll see Mason Freevert come to the plate.
Now batting for Fort Dodge, number 17, Mason Freeburg.
Hit by pitch and grounded out to the shortstop Madden Martin in this one. Bottom of the order for the Dodgers, and then we'll send it right back up to that dangerous top of the order with Porter, Schultz, and McBride. First pitch from Logston is low and away for ball 1. It's a swinging strike, though, to recover to even up the count, 1 apiece. Coming home with the count evened up, and that one is popped up high in the air to right field. And the catch is made. I don't believe that's Gilliland still out there in right field, so we'll have to double check the Bobcat outfield here.
Now batting, number 19, Hayden Porter.
Wyatt Peters, I believe, out there in right now. Hayden Porter takes a strike here in his first at-bat of the 6th inning. That pitch low and in the dirt, just slips by Garrett Tatey behind the plate. Fires back to the catcher. Logston misses just low again on that one, 2-1 now. That one popped up high into the air in right center field. Ranging over is the center fielder. And hey, no matter what changes in the outfield, Quinn McLeod stays making plays out there in center field as he ranges over and makes that one as well. A lot of F8s on your scorecards here this evening. A busy night for Quinn McLeod as you see him ranging over, and he will make the play once again out there in right center field. As, yeah, that is number 36, Wyatt Peters, out there now in right field for the Bobcats. Pitch from Logston comes home, misses low for ball 1 to Colton Schultz. Fires in there for a strike. As the Dodgers lead this one 8-1. That one misses up above the batter, Schultz. Two and one now the count. Tell Schultz wanted that one, but did not fire away, and we'll get caught looking on that one. 2-2 now the count from Logston. New at pitcher here for the Bobcats this inning, and he will miss that one up to bring us to a full count. Payoff pitch here coming from Logsdon to the batter Schultz with a home run and a walk already today. Also popped out to the second baseman Luke Stalzer, who you can see playing into shallow right field, and he will be right there to make the play. Luke Stalzer fires to first, and he will record the third out. Luke Stalzer playing back into shallow right field, knows the tendencies, and they pay off for him as he retrieves the hot shot ground ball. You can see it here on the Tyler Pashong State Farm replay. Luke Stalzer fires over. Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com. We've got the Bobcat half of the sixth when we come back on your home for the Cats. News Talk 1230 KFJB AM, 93.9 FM, and KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
The Bobcat half of the sixth here on KFJB-TV. They trail this one 8-1. A couple of quick innings for both teams here in the fifth and sixth innings. The Dodgers, have gone 1-2-3 from the plate in each of the last two. So the Bobcats have really settled into things here as the game has gone on, but just have not found a way to get the bats going. As it's been a blank slate for the Bobcats. Just 2 or 3 base runners. One single from the leadoff man Aiden Holmgren. We will see this inning, and a couple of walks. One from Garrett Tatey and one from Madden Martin. As we've got James Myron at the plate, swing and a miss here to start off the Bobcat half of the sixth. That one misses up and in to even up the count at 1 apiece. We will see a seventh. A vast improvement for the Bobcats coming off that 16-0 loss in Game 1, as that one will get just foul tipped off the end of the bat from Myron, but will not find play. And 1-2 now the count to James Myron. We'll foul off another one to stay alive down the first base side and out of play towards the parking lot. 1-2 count, and James Myron will be the Bobcats' fourth base runner of the day, as turns away from that one, but still gets hit by it. Off to first base he goes, and the Bobcats have a base runner to bring up the only man with a hit here in Game 2, Aiden Holmgren. Can he advance the runner here in the bottom of the sixth? Single and a fly out to second base for Holmgren here in game number 2 as he takes the opening pitch of the at-bat. It's low and in the dirt, but Myron, no chance to advance as Marsh, back there behind the plate, is able to corral it. It's been a long day at the plate for the Bobcat batters, but if there's one guy that you can trust to potentially make an impact here, it's been this top of the lineup. Aiden Holmgren with a single and ended up coming around to be the Bobcats' lone run of this second game, but he will take a second strike looking, and now behind in the count 1-2. 1-2 from Jackson Denclaw is ripped down to the second baseman, flips over to short, over to first, and a double play is recorded there by the Dodger defense. Porter to Peterson to Freevert. And just like that, the 4-6-3 is complete, and the Bobcats still struggling to find one to get through the infield. That's an awkward hop to recover, and Porter did a nice job with it. Peterson there as well to help secure that double play, and the Bobcats will be unable, I should say, to make anything come from that opening hit by pitch. And quickly down 0-2 is Garrett Tatey, who now sits behind home plate as we make our way towards the end of this game 2. swing and a miss there from Tatey, but the tag is applied before he can start too much of a run down to first. And just like that, the Bobcats 1-2-3 in the 5th, 1-2-3 in the 6th. So we'll head to the 7th. The Dodgers lead this one 8-1 on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Looking for a financial partner that puts you first? At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're more than just a place to bank. We're part of your team. From low-interest loans and great savings rates to personalized service you can trust, we're here to help you reach your goals. Join the credit union that understands what matters most, because we're built by employees for employees. Stop by Lennox Employees Credit Union today at 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, or visit lennoxecu.com to get started. Lennox Employees Credit Union, where your success is our mission. Member NCUA.
What a shot from our very own Keith Stewart out there on the camera. Time now for a Central State Bank regional scoreboard update with locations in Ames State Center and West Des Moines. Xavier Doe's back at the radio studio giving us some scores here for the evening. Union is up now on Applington Parkersburg in the 5th inning, 2-1. Kemper Catholic leads Harlan 5-3. Lewis Central top Des Moines East 12-1. Don Bosco over North Tama 13-7. Sadell over Hampton Dumont 7-5. Grinnell over West Delaware 11-1. Also Iowa Valley putting up a 20 spot on Lone Tree. 20-4 is your final on that one. Waukee and Urbandale tonight was postponed. So we've got, was an update to a postponement. We do not have a score on that one yet, but we'll keep you updated with our Central State Bank scoreboard update as we make our way through the evening. And we will get you some scores as we find them. Heading to the top of the 7th, it's all Dodgers in this game number 2 as well. 16-0 in game 1, 8-1 here in game number 2 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. First pitch is in there for a strike. Logsden, an opening pitch strike, but then unable to capitalize on it. Fires low and in to True McBride, who has a triple and a home run here this evening. And looking to add a single to that, and that'll be a mishandle on the fielding attempt. And just unable to corral it was James Myron, and that'll actually go down. We'll have an error by the third baseman Myron to put McBride aboard. So no base hit there for McBride, but he is aboard. As here you see, just a bit of a struggle there for James Myron, and just unable to get the throw to Holmgren. He still might have had time to beat the runner, as now they've got a balk called on Jalen Logsden. So McBride will head over to second. Just got caught in the middle of his motion and tried to step off the bag to get McBride in a pickle, but was just a little late on it. And now McBride into scoring position here in the top of the 7th inning. Bo Marsh at the plate, the catcher for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. He'll take a first pitch low and in the dirt. It skips away from the catcher, and he will fire over Tatey. Unable to make the throw in time over to Myron. So on to third base goes True McBride. And just 90 feet away from that 9th run are the Dodgers. Marsh at the plate. Take the 1-0 pitch here from Logsden. That's in there for a strike. Marsh, in case you missed it earlier in our broadcast, there's some balloons over there by the away dugout. We learned between games those are for the catcher that you see at the plate right now, Bo Marsh, as he lifts one into left field. He'll pick up an RBI here this evening. Bo Marsh continues his productive day at the plate. Now 3 for 4 here in game 2. As I was saying, there's some balloons over there at the Fort Dodge dugout. As we learned between games, Bo Marsh celebrating a birthday. There you see him. We were not told what day he was celebrating, whether that's today or tomorrow or yesterday. It's just sometime soon is his birthday. So He's picking up an RBI here in the 7th inning of his birthday celebration as Logsdon fires in there for a strike to Will McElroy. And immediately a strikeout, or a strike 2, excuse me. That's actually, yeah, it is Will McElroy out there for the Dodgers. Strike 2 called. And coming home with strike number 3. Jalen Logsdon picks up his first strikeout of the evening. Davis Underberg now, the right fielder, up to bat for the Dodgers. 1 out away now here in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on first is Bo Marsh. Or excuse me, I believe Marsh had a courtesy runner come in for him previously. Oh, no, that is still Bo Marsh out there. So no courtesy runner for him here this time as he sits on first. And that one popped up right on the third base side. Myron making his way over, and he will secure the out there in foul territory. So 2 away. Now for Jalen Logsdon and the Bobcat defense making their way here through this bottom half of the lineup. Jackson Denclaw now up to the plate. Will look to extend this top half of the first inning. The Dodgers did most of their damage there in the 4th inning. They picked up 4 runs, including a 2-run shot from True McBride, man who came around to score here in this inning. So True McBride, certainly a reliable threat for the Dodgers at the top half of their lineup. As Denclaw goes down 0-1. This one will get ripped into the air to center field on a line, and he will be aboard with a single here in the 7th inning. Tanner Peterson, number 23, steps up into the right-handed batter's box now for the Dodgers. Runners on first and second. 2 outs still here in the top half of the 7th. The Bobcats looking to limit this to just a 1-run inning for the Dodgers. And we've got another balk here from Jalen Logsdon. So now a very threatening position for the Dodgers. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 on second, 1 on third. And Tanner Peterson at the plate. Peterson grounded into that 6-4-3 double play, but also came around to score after a single in that 4th inning for the Dodgers, but he will swing over strike number 1 here in this at-bat. 9-1, the Dodgers lead it in the top half of the 7th. Logsdon comes home. That one fouled back and out of play for strike number 2. It'd be a big out here for Logsdon if he could get out of this, just allowing the 1 run. With the Bobcats just 3 outs remaining when the Bobcats get up to the plate. Logsdon will miss inside on that one, but a good job by Tatey to keep it in front of him, hold the runners at second and third. Logsdon will step off the bat, or step off the rubber momentarily. Now returns to his pitching motion. That one is ripped down the third base line and foul as Peterson continues to battle at the plate. Down in the count 1-2, but certainly not out yet. Logsdon coming home with the 1-2. And that one is also ripped foul down the third base line. Big time battle going on at the plate here between Peterson and the pitcher Logsdon, who comes home with the 1-2. That one will get the batter Peterson. The tag is applied. And the Bobcats do escape the 7th inning. The Dodgers strand 2. They still lead it, though, 9-1. We'll come back. Bobcats got to make their most out of it. 3 outs remaining in this one. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown.
We come back to the bottom half of the 7th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Is it time to change out your air filter? Check out the plant service programs from Ethington Heating and Cooling that helps ensure your heating and cooling systems are ready to go. Ethington Heating and Cooling, they're not comfortable until you are. Currently some comfortable weather here in Marshalltown as we have some cloudy skies, but temperature still remains pretty steady here in Marshalltown, but it's going to heat up here as we start next week. Some temperatures into the 90s and some heat indexes nearing 100 starting on a Sunday and Monday here coming up as the Dodgers lead this one in Marshalltown. Their bats have been hot all evening. 9-1 is our score in this one. 12 hits on the board for the Dodgers, just 1 for the Bobcats. This game been much cleaner by the Cats in the field, just 1 error, but just have not gotten the bats going in this one, as they just have the 1 run here across 2 games. First game ended 16-0 in 4 as the Dodgers lit up the Bobcats early and often. This time the Bobcats, some pitching from Garrett Tatey and Jalen Logsdon has been a lot more consistent, getting some ground ball outs, but just have not had the run support to stay in this one. The Bobcats down to their final 3 outs, and they will get it started here. That one chopped up the middle, fielded by the second baseman. Throw over to first is in time, and Jalen Logsdon is retired here in this one. The ground out to second, as I believe that's now Jackson Denclaw at second, number 5. Yes, it is Denclaw there. Struggled a little bit with it coming out of the glove, but was able to still recover in time. Denclaw makes the play. That one looped into the air, jumps over the shortstop's head. And the Bobcats have their second hit of the game. Madden Martin will poke one just over the shortstop's head into shallow left field, and Bobcats with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see Quinn McLeod, who's had a busy day out there in center. He'll step up to the plate. Madden Martin will take off on the pass ball. He'll reach second standing. And the Bobcats have a runner in scoring position just the second time here this evening. They were able to capitalize on the first one, or I guess the third time here this evening. They were capitalized on the first one. Did not get the second one, and Madden Martin now standing at second will be the third as Porter comes home with the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Quinn McLeod now 1-1 here on the count. That one misses outside as Porter showing off the arm speed. We've seen quite a bit of that from this Fort Dodge infield over the course of these 2 games. Some cannons, both making the throw over to first and also coming home. As now 3-1 the count to Quinn McLeod. Porter comes home on the 3-1, and that one will miss high. Quinn McLeod is aboard. Runners on first and second now for, looks like we're going to have Wyatt Peters. In the game now. Peters started game 1. coming off the bench here in game 2. That one fouled down the first base side. Arranging over is Freevert, but not a play made right in front of the Bobcat dugout. 0-1. Now the count to Peters. That one fouled back and out of play. Underneath it was Peters, and now quickly down 0-2 here in this 7th inning. Logsdon started the inning with a ground out, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th, but 2 base runners since then for the Bobcats on a single by Martin and a walk. That'll advance the runners into scoring position. Martin now at 3rd, Quinn McLeod at 2nd. Bobcats not quite done yet. We'll see if Peters can do any damage here on the 1-2 count. Porter is the pitcher now for the Dodgers. Denclaw now at 2nd. That one a swing and a miss from Wyatt Peters. Go down swinging, and the Bobcats down to their final out. Luke Stalzer. Bobcats' last chance here for now. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Luke Stalzer at the plate. He will foul that one back and out of play for strike 1. As Porter looks to wrap this one up in a bow, and he will find strike number 2. Bobcats down to their final strike here, down 9-1 in the bottom of the 7th here in this 2nd game of a doubleheader against Fort Dodge. Porter coming home on the 0-2. And that one is popped up and out of play. That one will get over us here behind home plate. And Stalzer stays alive. Still down 0-2 in the count on this one. Porter the 0-2. That one misses low and away, and that will bring home Martin as the ball gets away from the catcher. And the Bobcats will find their 2nd run of the game there on the wild pitch. Quinn McLeod will advance to 3rd, and the Bobcats now down 9-2. Luke Stalzer at the plate. 1-2 count now for Stalzer, who similarly to McLeod over on 3rd has had quite the busy evening, ranging back into shallow right field. He'll take the 1-2. That one popped straight up in the air. It's into shallow left field. Over to make the play is the center fielder even, Colton Schultz, and that will do it. The Bobcats put together an effort, but come up short in this one. It's 9-2 Dodgers in game 2. Bobcats improved a little bit from game number 1 as they dropped it 16-0. Bobcats just never could get the bats going in this one. The Dodgers did a great job out there in the field. A couple double plays we saw from both teams here tonight, and the Dodgers the beneficiaries of some excellent pitching here throughout the evening. Will McElroy, Jackson Denclaw, and Hayden Porter all put together outstanding efforts for the Dodgers, limiting the Bobcats to just 2 hits. But the Bobcats were efficient with those 2 hits, picking up 2 runs. Both times the Bobcats had a single, that guy came around to score. So was productive when the Bobcats were able to put the ball in play, just were not able to do it consistently enough to put together a real threatening performance here tonight against the Fort Dodge Dodgers. The Bobcats dropped to 0-4 on the season against the Dodgers, and they dropped to, they've now lost 7 in a row, dating back to their 2 wins against Des Moines North. They're now 0 for their last 7. Des Moines North now, Fort Dodge now 5 of their last 7 have been wins, so the Dodgers picking up some momentum here towards the later parts of this season. Bobcats will see the huddle, and we will have your post-game interviews with head coach Colton Hankey coming up in just a little bit. Let's send it off to the locker room report presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. We'll have all of their post-game coverage coming up on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Marshalltown Community School District, students don't just prepare for the future, they shape it. Embrace the lead. From academic excellence to college and career readiness, our schools support every student's journey. With strong student support, a wide range of extracurricular opportunities, engaging fine arts programs, and hands-on learning experiences. There's something here for everyone. Marshalltown Community School District, where they embrace the lead to ensure success tomorrow.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit visionsource-marshalltowneyecare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome into the Wells Fargo Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. James Hunt and Jeff Isgrigg, located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Well, it was a struggle for the Bobcats in both games tonight. They fall 16-0 in 4 innings in game number 1. They keep it a little bit tighter with the Dodgers in game number 2. There you see up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. 9-2 our final in game number 2. The Bobcats mustered just 2 hits, one from Aiden Holmgren, and the other one coming there in the 7th inning by Madden Martin, just a little looper over the shortstop. Both Holmgren and Martin did come around to score those 2 runs, but the Bobcats just not consistent enough at the plate to really put a threatening effort in against Fort Dodge, who really got helped out in the early goings. Hayden Porter got hit by a pitch in the opening at-bat of the game, and Colton Schultz lifted one over the right field wall, as he did in the first game, to put the Dodgers up on the scoreboard early. There you see it. Porter was taken off, and after about 2 seconds, he realized he could walk the rest of the way. As there you see Trayton Gilliland signal ball out of play, and Colton Schultz picked up his 2nd home run of the night. Also homering tonight was True McBride in the 3rd inning to make it 4-0. Here you see again, runner goes, and runner walks the rest of the way. This one over the right center field wall. Trayton Gilliland again signaling the ball out of play. And really from that point on, the Dodgers just kind of coasted the rest of the way. They picked up 4 runs in the 4th inning to extend the lead to 8-0, and they extended it to 9-1 later on in the game, and finished it up 9-2. The Bobcat defense, though, some good plays. A 4-6-3 double play. You see here starting off, Madden Martin over to Luke Stalzer, taps second, fires over to Aiden Holmgren for the double play. And Luke Stalzer also a couple nice catches from his second base spot. He ranged all over the field, particularly back into shallow right center, and he robbed the Dodgers of a couple of hits. And here you see just misses out on that tag there. Ball just slips through his hand there on the tag attempt. It might have had a play there, but just unable to secure it. And then here you go, ranging back into right center field. And there you see, I don't know if you noticed that, Stalzer lost his hat on that one. I believe our TV producer, Zach Tomish, Luke Stalzer 100% on catches this evening while losing his hat. So maybe that's he's got the little catcher in him where he flips the hat off and is able to secure the play. Also making a couple plays for the Bobcat defense. I want to shout out Quinn McLeod out there in center field. He was also ranging all over the place. Bobcats have themselves a solid center fielder out there who can range over to left field and right field as well to make some plays. He had himself quite a busy evening out there in the outfield as the Dodgers put together plenty of hard contact and had that Bobcat outfield running left and right and also center. Quinn McLeod covering the vast majority of it. The Bobcats fall in this one 9-2 as they have now dropped 7 in a row. Here you see another one, Luke Stalzer losing his hat. doesn't matter. Still able to make the play, and he was able to fire home on that one even and hold the runner at third to prevent a run. So some great efforts on the defensive side of the ball, particularly in Game 2 by the Bobcats. And we'll catch up with Coach Colton Hankey coming up as he makes his way up here to us with your home for the Cats and Bobcat baseball. It's KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back to KFJB coverage of the Marshalltown Bobcat baseball team. Our post-game interview tonight presented by Centrally Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. We've got head coach Colton Hankey with us here now. And, Coach, quite a bit of a struggle at the plate here tonight, but Fort Dodge, plenty of good pitching and plenty of good defense out there. What did it tell you to keep that second game a little bit closer there, especially on your defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, energy was a lot better going with Game 2, especially with Teddy being around the plate, guys making plays behind him. So just kind of like those little things, energy, tempo. I mean, it helps a lot with making those plays and just kind of keeping us in there a little bit.
We talked a little bit here just before the interview. We were talking about, one of your few upperclassmen out there, Luke Stalzer at second there. He's got a little bit of an unconventional way of making some plays out there. He doesn't play catcher at all when he throws his hat off, does he?
No. That was out of left field. I don't know where that came from, but he made his plays, I guess.
Yeah, Luke Stalzer, another guy that we've mentioned. You've got plenty of freshmen and 8th graders on this team. One of those guys, Quinn McLeod. A busy day out there in center. Fort Dodge able to make some hard contact in both games against you tonight. But Quinn McLeod busy all over the field out there in center tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he had really good jumps, really good reads in center field, and it was just great to see. He's kind of struggled a little bit. Our outfielders have struggled a little bit recently, but tonight just kind of was on it, and it's a lot encouraging going into the next week.
Yeah, you've had a little bit of a rough stretch here, against Fort Dodge here. Dropped all 4 games against them here this year. But what does it tell you to see those steady improvements, even in a game like tonight or a couple games like tonight, where maybe things aren't going your way, but you still see those improvements?
Yeah, little by little, chip away and trying to hang around, and it's encouraging to be able to get. Going from Game 1 to Game 2 like that, where we were shortened up with the run rule and then able to stick around for all 7 innings. So just little positives like that go a long way. It just makes a huge change with attitudes, and hopefully that continues going into next week with Mason City and Waterloo East.
Another guy that I want to shout out, he had a nice little double play started for you guys tonight. Madden Martin was over there at shortstop here in Game 2. What does that double play mean? How does that fire your guys up?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, especially with Stalzer not really playing second base that much at second, and Madden gets the good flip to hit him to get started with the double play, and Madden had some big plays there throughout the night as well. It is a huge confident boost for us, and momentum going into the rest of the inning and at bat.
Yeah, Coach, we're headed into the month of July now here as we take a look at that double play here. Martin over to Stalzer, and then fires over to Holmgren for the double play. We're heading into July here, kind of hitting that back part of the season here, just a few games left. You got another tough one coming up, Mason City on July 1st, that Wednesday evening. How does a game like tonight prepare you for another tough test in Mason City?
Yeah, Fort Dodge and Mason City are pretty well sound. I mean, they're similar. They're well coached, and we're going to see velocity, I'm sure, and it kind of gives a taste going into Mason City and what to expect.
The last thing here for you, Coach, we saw, game one was a little bit of a struggle. You mentioned, you had the shortened game. It was, 4 innings in the 16-0 loss. And then you come out in game two and you keep it a little bit closer, and you have some guys out there pitching for you in Garrett Tatey and Jalen Logsdon came in there. It seemed like they really had some confidence built up. That they were able to show a little bit, keeping Fort Dodge, other than the 2 home runs there, they were able to keep Fort Dodge off the board for the most part.
Yeah, the biggest thing that when we're in situations like that is to limit the damage that has been caused in that inning. So only giving up a couple runs throughout the night there in game two, it's just huge, as opposed to seeing the big 4, the big 5, the big 6 up on the scoreboard, because it is very deflating for us. So being able to limit the damage when they get runners on, it just kind of keeps us within the game.
Yeah, saw Tatey give up that home run to the second batter, but then 3 straight outs really right after that, and really kept you guys in that. It seemed like he really settled in right after that first home run. Coach, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you a little bit later on in the year, all right?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Coach Colton Hankey for joining us on the post-game interview presented by Centrally Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi, guys. What are we hungry for today?
I think we're going to do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back to the KFJB Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. James Hunt and Jeff Isgrigg, located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Well, we've talked about it a couple times here in the post-game report. Our Lily Mae's Sweet Play of the Game, presented by Lily Mae Chocolates. Handmade, hand-dipped since 1939. Always open at LilyMaeChocolates.com. Yeah, we heard it from Coach Colton Hankey. It's a play that really fires your team up. Anybody loves a double play, especially when it helps you get out of an inning. And Madden Martin over to Luke Stalzer, fires to Aiden Holmgren. Routine as it gets 6-4-3, I should say, as opposed to 1-2-3, and the Bobcats record the double play to help them get out of the inning and help limit the damage that the Dodgers were able to do early in this one, and tried to hang in there tough with some tight plays defensively. Our Lily Mae Sweet Play of the Game, Madden Martin to Luke Stalzer to Aiden Holmgren. We'll be back with more on the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV. Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back to KFJB-TV coverage of Bobcat baseball. The Bobcats end up falling in a doubleheader here in this one, 16-0 and 9-2 to the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Time now for our KFJB-TV Athletes of the Week, presented by Opa Grill of Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites, all you have to say is Opa. And also Adlin Engraving and Screen Print Company of Marshalltown. More than just t-shirts and hoodies, AdlinEngraving24.com. Our male athlete of the week, there you see it, Garrett Tatey. Helped get the Bobcats back into the win column last week as baseball went 2-3. Sophomore pitched 4 innings last week, giving up just 1 earned run, and had another relatively good night out there on the mound here tonight. At the plate, he hit .364 on the week with 10 runs scored, 5 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. Currently leads the Bobcats with 20 runs scored and a .241 average. And he'll look to get the Bobcats back on track again come July 1st when the Bobcats take on Mason City. As for our female athlete of the week, Emma Stupp out there on the mound for Bobcat softball. She continues to be a threat both on the mound and at the plate. Junior hit .375 with 2 runs and 4 RBIs to go with a pair of home runs. Last week, she registered 23 strikeouts in just 13 innings pitched. Only gave up 1 run. Currently, 6 home runs with a .472 batting average. And we've seen a couple of those home runs right here on KFJB-TV. There you see it. The birthday boy, Bo Marsh. Oh, that's Emma. There you go, right down there in front of us, KFJB-TV, as she gets her Athlete of the Week. Also want to quick shout-out our finalists for the Male and Female Athlete of the Year. For the male finalists, Kyle Smith, Nick Wise, and Preston Johnson will be going head-to-head, as well as our female athletes of the year, Claire Bonzer, Georgia Jansen, and Harper Wilson. July 23rd at 6 p.m., we will announce our male and female athletes of the year over at Wayward Social during a special episode of Bobcat Live. Again, that's July 23rd at 6 p.m. We will announce our male and female athletes of the year. That's our KFJB-TV male and female athletes of the week. Both athletes will receive a $25 gift certificate to Opa Grill, along with a custom Athlete of the Week t-shirt and tumbler from Adlin Engraving and Screen Print Company. We'll be back to wrap up the locker room report after this on KFJB-TV.
A rainbow, a big, beautiful arch you can't quite reach. Kind of like the closed Center Street Viaduct in Marshalltown. But unlike that rainbow, there's a treasure waiting at the end. It's Opa Grill on the north end of the viaduct, serving up incredible Mediterranean and American favorites for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. With over 40 years of experience, their family is proud to bring you authentic flavor, friendly service, and a meal worth a slight detour. At Opa, quality isn't an accident, it's tradition. Find your treasure today at Opa Grill.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, powered by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back to our coverage from the Bobcat Baseball Diamonds and our Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors, James Hunt and Jeff Isgrig, located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Well, the Bobcats drop a pair here to Fort Dodge this evening, 16-0 and 9-2. As there you see it up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Transportation for today's game on KFJB-TV is provided by Carl Auto Group in Marshalltown. Carl is your dealer for life. A couple of foul ball scares, but nothing too close to our Carl Auto Group GMC Yukon, as we will make the trip back to the studio to meet up with our scoreboard person tonight, Xavier Doze. Our upcoming broadcast here on KFJB-TV, softball, a pair of games here that we will feature. Softball against Mason City on Wednesday, July 1st, coming up next week, and then Monday, July 6th, softball takes on Nevada. There, as we will have coverage for that. Then it's off into the postseason. Softball postseason will take the field on July 9th. Bobcat baseball will take the field right after them on July 10th, and of course we'll have all of that for you right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. Also want to shout out our crew here this evening. Our radio producer and scoreboard update man himself, Xavier Doze, back at the radio studio. Our camera crew, Keith Stewart down the third baseline for us this evening. Our KFJB-TV producer, Zach Tomish. I'm David Braga. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bobcats fall in this one, but they'll be back against Mason City next week. Thank you for listening and watching to Bobcat baseball coverage on News Talk 1230, KFJB AM 93.9 FM, and of course, your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is powered by First Rate Real Estate, Adland Engraving and Screen Print Company, Assured Partners, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, Eye Care Associates, Hy-Vee Marshalltown, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, Marshalltown School District, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Sandvik Enterprises, Scooters, Marshalltown, Sports Plus, State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors,